Welcome back to the Brush Creek Podcast. I'm your host, Chance Tudor.
And I'm Chaz Truehill. Welcome back to Brush Creek Podcast 27.3. Remember, the Bible says, take your quiver and your bow and go hunt wild game for me. Now we're getting into, does it say take your thermal and your AR and say anything like that in there?
In the New Testament.
I was hoping so.
The New Testament.
That's right. Man, good to be back. Episode 15 tonight. Actually, 14 just no more aired, and we're scheduled back up to do another one, and this will maybe drop sooner than normal. But
yeah, we're having a quick turnaround right now.
Yeah,
which is good.
Right.
I like it.
And we're booked up for like
staying fresh
6 weeks or so, and a lot of good info, good guests. It's been going good, and a lot of good feedback. Man, we're very
that I talked to
for sure. We've been blessed by you guys. Thankful for all the good feedback for sure. So it's been good. Little intro to tonight's episode of, like I said, number 15. Chance is going to give us some updates on some turkey hunts coming up.
Yep. So I think last episode we talked briefly about we're going on a turkey hunt in South Dakota with Hank, Laramie, and I think a couple other guys are going to go. We know a little bit more about that now. We're going to be at I can't remember the name of the town, but it's like southwestern South Dakota. Mm-hmm. It's about 12 hours away. You can kill 2 birds. It's with the outfitter. We're going to be there for
DakotaHuntingTrips.com.
Yep.
Shout out to him. Yeah.
That's what the guide service is called?
That's what it's called, DakotaHuntingTrips.com.
Oh, no kidding. Something River was the name. I can't remember. White River? Or,
I believe that is right. I'm looking on the map here.
I can't really remember. Anyways,
White River, South Dakota. That's correct. White River, South Dakota.
Yeah, it's like 11 and a half, 12 hours away. You can kill 2 birds. I believe they're Merriam's, but I'm not 100% sure. Haven't really got it all dialed in of what kind of terrain we're going to be at or really what to expect. Their season is very similar to ours. Mm-hmm. It opens April 11th, and it goes through the end of May.
Right.
And if it's anything like around here, you get towards the end of May, and it starts getting a little bit tough.
Concerned with that,
but the guy said it was supposed to be.
That's what he thinks is a good weeks. He had 3 different options, and he said that's the better weeks. Which, I mean, like I said, he's a guide. He's probably, every week's good for him. If he's got clients there, every week's good for him.
Right.
But no, actually, I just saw this 100% success rate in the last 4 years. Merriam turkey hunts tells a little bit about the price of them. 2 tag unit, 3-day, 4-night hunt, all amenities included. 100% success rate in the last 4 years.
Pretty good.
I bet we can jack that statistic up.
Oh, yeah.
We got some bad luck.
If anybody can do it, we can do it.
We got this, man.
I know when I worked in South Dakota, I worked there from like 2018 to 2020. I was all over the state. And once I got over in that area, I mean, there's a lot of rivers, a lot of creek systems, and I did Walmart construction and work nights and get off in the morning and like, well, I'm not ready to go to bed yet, so I go drive around, look for wildlife, check every area out. And one morning, Michael Johnson and myself, we went. It's kind of mountainous, and there was a big river, and the highway just followed it all along. And I bet you saw 300 or 400 turkeys. I mean, they were just everywhere. Every time we turned around, turkeys were everywhere.
God, that's wild.
So when he said South Dakota turkeys, I was like, oh yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, because when I called you, you were just immediately like, yeah. I mean, you said double check with you. We all had double check with our spouses because that's a big deal when you're married. So, but I mean, we're all right back at it as like, oh yeah. I mean, this is, especially when you find out it's 2 bird state. I mean, it's like this is kind of no brainer.
That's a bonus.
That's a no brainer.
No brainer for sure.
Because most places you go, it's 1 bird, and it's like, don't want to go all the way there for 1 bird. I mean, the hunt could be over in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And I saw it said 3 days, 4 nights. So I guess because the first night you probably check in like at 3 that evening and eat and stuff. So yeah, I think we're feeding us every evening.
Yeah,
it'd be fun. It'll probably be similar to what we did at the Missouri deer hunt that we went on as far as lodge and stuff. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be cool. I mean, I'm excited. It's probably on the little bit expensive side for a turkey hunt, but
a little bit.
Experiences are priceless, man. Really.
So me personally, I've never been out of Delaware County turkey hunting. Everything I've killed has been basically in-house here.
Yeah.
I know you've been to Missouri.
If I hadn't left Delaware County, I'd only have one bird killed. I think I've only killed 1 or 2 birds here.
It can be a little challenging.
Yeah. So I've killed 2 in Missouri. I've killed 1 out at Kyle Stumps in Bartlesville, which is
Crossbow?
Osage,
Osage County.
Osage County, yep. Yeah. And then I killed 1 in Western Oklahoma, the Rio
the pretty one down
there.
Rio Merriam.
Merriam, whatever it is.
Hybrid.
I'm going to figure out which one I kill next. If I kill Rio next, I'm going to start telling people that's a Merriam. If I kill Merriam next, I'm going to tell people it's Rio. So, because it's I agree with Landon. It does look like a Merriam, but it's a pretty bird. Yeah. Whatever it is. It's supposed to be a Rio. But anyways, you guys have heard me talk about that 2 or 3 times. So,
if we do kill one in South Dakota, are you going to get it mounted?
I was thinking about that.
Somebody asked me that the other day, and I was like, "Whew."
That's a good way to make the trip more expensive.
Yeah, I was like, I'm kind of a tightwad. Man, I was like, I don't know. I've got a bunch of fans. I do not have a full body mount.
Oh, you should do that. Dude, look good in your shop.
Yeah, I could put it up on top of the brick.
Oh, the brick, that'd be cool.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Let's see what kind of money we fall into between now and then.
Yeah, I need some more deer heads. And
so I'm laying in bed last night, and I'm actually not used to this still, the whole draw for a turkey tag. Used to when you're growing up, just go to Kansas, man. They got billions of turkeys there. Well, now all of a sudden we're doing this draw deal, and I'm scrolling through actually my emails. And I get an email that says something. I think it's what it was. I screenshot it and sent the chance, but
it was an email.
It was a reminder, like 10 days left or whatever to put in for the drawing for the Kansas, and I was like. Because Chance and I, we've made a goal to ourselves and to you viewers that we're going to start getting out and doing more stuff. And we're young still-ish, and we got to start living a little better. So we're going on elk hunt this fall. I'm putting that in writing right now. We are going on elk hunt. And anyway, so today I said, hey, let's put in for that. So we put in as a party hunt, and I'll let you.
Yeah, Chaz texted me last night. It was pretty late when you texted. Like I was already in bed.
I'm a night owl.
I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock. I wake up this morning, it's like, 6:30, 6:45. Ding, or looked at my phone, and it's like, Kansas draw turkey hunt. I was like, I've never hunted up there. And I was like, where are we going? Public land? He's like, that or we go, door knocking, ask farmers. And I was like, okay.
Surely you can find an old farmer that hates turkeys up there.
Oh, yeah. So this morning I got on the Kansas Wildlife page and text him. I was like, let's put in as a group. So one draw, all draw, or we're not going.
Yeah. We'll let fate decide.
Yep. And we put in, and so now we're just kind of waiting to see if we draw out.
Yeah. When do they draw? Because the deadline's coming up quick.
I feel like it's fairly fast because the deadline's the 12th or 13th.
I feel like if you're going to go hunt, you got to kind of know something. You need to know if you draw. So
yeah, I don't feel like it's like deer. You put it in April and you don't find out till June.
Right.
I think you put in now and you find out like first of March or something.
That'd be good. And we at least start planning something.
Because they give you the option when you're submitting your application. Do you want e-tags, or do you want to have them printed and like sent to your mailbox? Mm-hmm. And I was going to do the print because I like a printed tag.
I do too.
Like even on my deer tags, like I like to get a printed one. Kind of like your moose tag. You can wrap it around there.
Yeah. Makes you feel a little
just
better.
something different about going to a different place and having an actual tag. A different color or something.
Dude, when I punched that tag there on that rock with my old Benchmade knife, and the guy was taking pictures and filming, it was a special moment.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, man, you dream about punching a tag on a big Western Oklahoma or Western United States animal. Some big game. I mean, golly, it was.
Yeah, there's something special about it.
So cool.
I went ahead and did the electronic or
we can print them
the e-tag or whatever. Mainly because I didn't know what your address was. I was like, well, what if they send it to his house? I guess you probably don't get mail to your house. I was like, well,
can't find it.
What if we get in a jam, and we're...
Yeah, e-tag's probably best. We can still print it off here at the store or something.
So we did e-tags. We're signed up. We're ready to roll.
Yeah, wish us luck. Maybe we'll draw and get a good little... It's every time we go out and do something, all it is just it's more to talk about here on the show. So
we're in for Unit 6 was our first option, and Unit 5 was our second.
And Unit 5 is west of 6, correct?
Yes.
Basically the west side of I-35.
Yep, southern western part.
We're the east side of I-35 on Unit 6.
Which is closest to us, so I mean...
Surely we can jump over the line and find something.
Oh, yeah, there's tons of public land. I've hunted a lot of public in Kansas, so...
It's weird. It's February... I don't know what today is. We're February 9th today, and sitting here talking about turkey hunting like it's a long ways away. At the same time, it was T-shirt weather today, and I mean ticks are already out. Like it's turkey hunting's coming. It's gonna be here quick, and we're gonna be talking about gigging tournament coming up pretty quick.
I had a buddy. He went and caught a pile of crappie over the weekend, and it was a little bit chilly in the mornings, and he was sending me snaps, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And then come to work today, it's 70 degrees, and I was like, oh, today's a crappie day.
We'll be finding mushrooms before we know it.
Yeah,
I seen that. He caught them.
Yeah, I think he caught 67.
6-7.
Wow. Yeah. Shout out Michael Rainey, the crappie master.
Crappie master for sure. We'll get this big dog on here one day.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
No live scope, just good old fashioned fishing. He's a hammer.
That's impressive. Yeah, that's impressive. Let's see what else we got coming. Oh, you did a little shed hunting.
I did a
little shed walking.
I would call it a brief shed hunt.
Yeah.
Like took the old 22 out, just kind of walked around a little bit. Didn't find any sheds. Didn't really expect to either.
Right. It's a little bit early, but you can still stumble across a horn. Right?
Oh, yeah. Had a little single shot 22 that I've had since I was like 5 years old.
Just out there making memories.
And it is a tack driver. Marlin single shot. It's got like a 4-power scope on it. I've never adjusted the sights on it since I was 5 or 6.
That's cool.
Saw a little gray squirrel, and I was like, I wonder if this little thing's still on. Shot her right in the head.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
At like 30 yards, free-handed. I was like, this is unbelievable.
Well, how you going to eat the brains if you shoot in the head?
No squirrel brains on this deal. I've had those, and they're good.
Yeah, that's why I hear. I've never ate them.
Yeah, I just threw this on the grill. I had the smoker going for the Super Bowl. Threw it on there, seasoned it up.
Just ate it off the bone.
Yeah, Michael Fields thoroughly enjoyed it.
He'd devour it.
Oh, yeah, he's a squirrel eater.
Him and I used to go squirrel hunting on his aunt's land on 127 a long time ago. Betty.
Oh, Betty Fields.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fun. Then we figured out really quick that the squirrels aren't real fun to clean, especially when you don't know what you're doing when you're 12 years old. When you're trying to.
How do you clean them now?
I ain't even cleaned one in years, which I haven't really shot any in years. But
we'll have to do a video on this.
Slit in the back, is that what you're doing? Fingers in the back?
Nope. So the best way that I figured out to do is grab the squirrel by the tail, hold it with your whatever your offhand is. Put a slit right below the tail, like you're kind of like when you're skinning a deer. You cut through that bone, so you have something to grab on. Grab that, put it down on the ground, step on it, pull, and it will basically pull up the back part, and it will skin from here up off the head, and then pick it up off the ground, grab down around the armpit, and then you can pull that back half off. And there is no hair.
Wow. Well, we need to do a video on this.
I'll have to show you.
Because I need to see it, and our viewers definitely going to want to see it.
It's unbelievable.
Where'd you figure this out? YouTube?
I think I saw a video of it like 5 years ago or something.
That's impressive.
It's
because the hair deal's a problem.
Oh, yeah. Tail's always slapping around.
Oh, yeah.
You try to hang it up or try to keep the tail, or you cut the tail off, and then where you cut it, hair's flying everywhere. It's the best way I've come across.
Wow. That's interesting.
We'll have to do a video.
I don't know much about as far as skinning animals. Even like these coons I've been catching, I've been giving them to Luke Black, and he's skinning them. I don't know anything about that stuff. I told him whatever I need to do to help. I think he's trying to sell some, or maybe get a pile of them, sell them every year or whatever. So, and I finally caught a coyote. I'm on the board now.
Yeah, you're a trapper.
I've heard that's the hardest one to get. It's the first one. After that, you start kind of understanding how they work, and yeah, so I'm on the board there.
I haven't even put any traps out.
It's fun.
I agree 100% with that.
The first one?
Yeah, first one's toughest one.
Yeah.
But once you figure that niche, figure it out, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I got kind of gung-ho there a few weeks ago, and
well, I'm jacked about it.
I just got so busy, and I never put any out. And this weekend, it had been a good weekend for it. I had to work all day Saturday, and then, Sunday was Sunday, and just never able to get out there.
Warm weather days are the best for that kind of stuff, because like when you get into that freezing weather and you're making your own wax dirt and everything, man, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, that freezing stuff wasn't for me. I left mine out in that snowstorm and I went and dug them back up after it melted and reset everything. I should have probably pulled them. One of them got pretty rusty because of the salt that I had in the ground. But
so was that a reset on the one that you caught?
Yep, it was a reset. Yep, and then I caught another animal that I had to let go. Yeah, a little domestic animal. So won't mention it. But anyways,
you'll have that every time.
And he said that night he was here. He said, "You're going to catch a dog," and I did. So I'm 2-0, not just 1-0.
Dog catcher.
Yeah. But I finally got my first coyote. That was fun. It was neat to come up on it, man. They're I don't know how they don't pull their arm completely off when they're leg, whatever you call it, their front leg. You know how they don't pull it completely off when they're running and jumping and going nowhere. It looks.
You think it would just kind of slip right out of there?
It looks so painful. But it was cool. And then caught some coons again and let my youngest boy experience what it was like to kill his first coon. And
that was pretty good.
Oh, he's 4 years old shooting a suppressed 22 about 5 foot over its head from 6 foot away. I don't know where those bolts were going, but it was comical watching. And he finally got it, and that coon growled at him. He didn't know anything about that, but Big Brother was right there to finish it off real quick.
You're wanting to get some views on Facebook. Put that on there.
Oh, man. I thought about that.
PETA after you.
I don't know if that might crash our Facebook again.
I guarantee it.
Oh,
they'll be definitely shutting us down.
Yeah, if you want the video, reach out to me. I'll send it to you. It's comical to watch.
4-year-olds with
he's shooting a pistol like it's a rifle. He's like back behind it, arms in his elbows in his gut, holding it up. It's so funny. He's so cute shooting it. Oh, Rex is something else. But that's his first. Max and I were talking after that. We were kind of walking back to the truck, and Max said, "Dad, that's the first time he's ever killed anything, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah, I guess it is." I didn't think about it. I mean, that's like his first exposure to. Some people might think that's, crazy, cruel, whatever. I'll tell you what, I'm raising him right is what I'm doing. So,
yes, sir. How old is Rex?
He's 4. Yeah. 4.5. He thought it was pretty cool, and he carried that thing all the way back to the truck. So I actually
bet he loved that.
Shout out to Evan. Evan has been so nice to us. Me and my boys, the whole trapping deal, he's taught me a lot. But I called him and asked what I need to do because I thought it'd be kind of cool. Rex's first anything. Max got his first deer mounted and stuff. So I thought we'll make a little, the tan hide on this deal, like the coyote there behind you. So anyways, I called Evan. He's like, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll skin it, and I'll just let you know what the guy charged me." I said, "Well, I'll pay you to do it too." Nope. You don't owe me nothing. Yeah. He's so nice.
You just take the whole hide or the whole coyote.
He just
coon.
Yep. I dropped it off here on the front porch L&L. He stopped by and grabbed it, and
that would be cool.
Yeah, and it's a real pretty coon.
I saw that. It had like real distinct tail patterns.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, and his under fur is like real white, like gray instead of that musty gray. It's like real white. Yeah, and he's got like a black tint to him. It's super cool coon. So it'd be cool. Yeah, I'm sure Rex will like that hanging in his bedroom. So he'll probably be playing with it all the time.
Yeah, he'll be wearing it on his head.
Guaranteed. One thing about it, he'll remember it forever.
Oh yeah, that's
100%.
Especially videos nowadays. I mean, those will help burn images in kids' heads. I mean, I have memories from when I was young, but at the same time, it's usually when I see a picture or something.
Oh yeah,
he'll watch that video when he's older, and he'll think that's so hilarious.
But he'll love that.
That's a little update of Chance and I and Brush Creek area here lately. We're getting ready to start putting boots on the ground, do a lot of shed hunting. Still doing a few more weeks of trapping left.
I did get to go gigging the other night.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to throw that in there.
We need to do that this week a little bit.
I know.
It's nice weather.
Yeah, it's very nice. We went Friday.
And still short days, too. Like, it sucks when the sun starts going out at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you get on home till
So now we can actually, we get off work at 5:30. In the wintertime, it's dark. Like, you get off at 5:30, and it's like
now you got a solid 40,
it's already dark.
45 minutes.
Get down there and you got to put your boat in and build a fire. Well, now it's like 6:30, so you got a
little bit of time.
Yeah, run home, grab the boat, whatever. Me and TJ went down to Uchi. Get down there, and my dad and Robin are down there.
Okay, I saw that on Snap. I thought you guys were playing that.
Nope. I was gonna call my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, we're thinking about going or whatever." A few days before that.
So you pull in, you're like, sweet
I was
invite.
Late. Oh, yeah. Pull in there, my dad, Robin, TJ, and Michael Johnson. Pull in there, and I was like, oh, cool. Well, I told them about the spot where I've been killing a few, my dad. And, Uchi's been kind of tough this year as far as gigging.
This at lake levels are hard.
Yeah, it's shallow and dirty, and it was windy Friday day. Pull down there, and they're there. I'm like, you're in my spot. And he's probably thinking, this is my spot.
Yeah, I was here before you were.
Yeah, I showed you.
I made
spot.
you.
Yeah. get down there and, it gets dark and they put the boat in. They take off down the bank the direction of where I wanted to go. I was like, well, T, I was like, I guess we'll go the other way. We'd bebop along there, and,
Guess you got to respect your elders.
Oh, yeah. We weren't going to cut them off. We'd bebop along there, and we killed 10 red horse and a couple hog suckers, and I call them. I'm like, hey, we probably got enough. Well, he don't answer. I could see their lights over there. I'm like, they're over there jagging around. Like, they probably hadn't killed nothing. We both get back to the bank. They had 15. I think we had 17. So
oh, wow.
We had a heck of a mess. And,
yeah.
And I tried to get him to cook because he already had a fire built when I got there, and he doesn't cook on a barrel. I cook on a barrel with a grate. He's like, nope, get your barrel out. You're the cook now. I was like, all right. So there's 9 of us, and we had a feast.
That's awesome.
It was so good.
Good weather too.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's a little update little pre-update of episode 15. Tonight, if you're viewing, you obviously see our guest. We have Levi White with us tonight. He is, for those that don't know, if you don't know, it's probably just because he's so quiet. Most people don't even know he probably even lives in Jay still.
Probably.
But if you do know,
he's like a little shadow,
right? A little hermit.
Stick to myself pretty much.
But if you do know Levi White, then you dang sure know that this is the episode you want to listen to if you're wanting to learn more about predator hunting, which is why he's here. I mean, we're going through, we're picking out. First of all, I mean, it starts with guys that we know that we grew up with, and we just we know of from the store or whatever. But we're also just we're going and picking guys that we want on the show because they know their stuff. And Levi, I mean, kudos to you that even just as much as I know about you, that you know your stuff when it comes to predator hunting. And that's what the show's about tonight. We're going to talk about, coyote calling, day, night, just tips, information on what he does, and just he's going to share some things that just to help increase your chances of performing better in your coyote hunt or bobcat hunt, fox hunts, whatever you're doing. I mean, this is the guy, and believe me, I'm sure there's somebody that knows way more than he does out there because there's always somebody better than us. But,
I learn every day.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's why he's here, because the knowledge he does have, he's self-made. And figured a lot of this out by yourself.
And I'm willing to be the low man on the totem pole and learn,
Right. But you got quite a few pelts to prove that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're our guy when it comes to coyote killing. You talk about somebody that kills coyotes.
Yeah,
it's you that we know.
Yeah.
For sure. Levi, go ahead and introduce yourself. Just kind of tell us a little about who you are, where you grew up, where you work, just a little general information about you.
My name is Levi White. I grew up in Jay. Went to school at Jay. Went to school Mosley, Little Kansas, and Jay, actually. Started in first grade, kindergarten, all that stuff through Jay. Left there, went Mosley, Little Kansas, come back to Jay. Finished my high school career there at Jay. I went to work as an electrician right out of high school for Wool Capital Electric. I'd done that for 12 years.
Did Andy Hudson hire you on there? Or?
No. I mean, he was part of that.
Yeah, I didn't know
he probably helped make that decision.
Yeah.
But, Richard Morrison.
Okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
He hired me. I did that for 12 years and then decided that it was time to do my own thing. Bought some calves and started doing the ranching deal. Grew up on it. My dad did it. I grew up learning that or seeing that. Decided to grab the bull by the horn, take it on myself. And,
literally.
Yeah, that's what I've done. That's all I do is I buy calves and turn them into yearlings now. And I also work for a guy that is my neighbor, old man, has a big place out there, lots of cows. He keeps me employed. So it makes it really good for me that, talking about coyotes and stuff, I'm able to work on the places that I hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So I can
familiarize yourself.
Yeah. So I know where the coyotes are, I keep my eyes open. I don't just go hunt random places,
Right.
So
right. You see them every day.
Every day. And I make note of it. And I use that to my advantage at nighttime. But other than that, I mean, that's kind of me. I mean, it's pretty basic. It's
How long you been married now, you said?
I've been married for 4, 5, 6 years. 6 years.
Okay. And you guys live in, like, where you're raising cattle, you live on your place, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We actually are in the process of making that happen right now.
Okay, cool.
We sold a house, bought a piece of ground, moved out there closer to the family farm, and built a house out there. We're in the process of getting that finished. I have a daughter, it's 13 years old, goes to school at Jay.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any kids, but other than that, that's me.
Yeah.
I just ranch and hunt. That's all I do.
Man, you're living the life for sure.
Perfect.
Aside from Predator, which we're gonna dive deep into, just on a high level note, what are other hobbies that you do aside from just ranching and coyote hunting? But what are things that you're also interested in?
Crappie fishing.
Okay.
I made up with crappie fishing, but I cheat nowadays and I use the live scope that nobody likes.
You still have a boat?
No, I don't. I sold my boat. That's wasn't a part of making the farm deal happen.
Yeah.
I will be buying.
Understand.
I will be buying another boat.
Yeah, I know when you lived in Xena, the lake's in your front yard basically, and you were posting snaps every day of hammer crappies, and I was like, golly, how do I get on that boat?
Man, I quit Oil Capital that year,
yeah.
and I didn't have nothing to do, and it was cold, and it's February, January, 10 degrees outside. Nobody wants to work outside,
right.
And I'm like, what can I do to keep myself, occupied? Because I was going to go nuts. I just went fishing and figured out where to find them. Finally started catching them, and then bought the live scope, and then that made it even better. And I don't know. It's just,
I actually didn't know you fished that much, honestly.
yeah. I did. I used, when I lived at the lake, I fished all the time.
Yeah.
Are you a fiberglass boat guy or aluminum boat guy?
Both.
Okay.
I've owned both.
Yeah.
I like both. Comfortability's everything, so now I lean more towards the fiberglass boats because they have the air ride seats and all.
Right.
They're comfortable. But back in the day, it was all aluminum boats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then it all started, like the fishing deal started with the perch thing, really. Down at Uchi.
Yeah.
Going and catching the perch. That's where it all initiated, and then got into the crappie, and it just went from there. And then, like I said, I was bored that year, so I just went and caught as many crappie as I could catch, filled the freezer, and
you dang sure figured it out.
Yeah, but I was cheating. It was live scope. Everybody,
I wouldn't call it cheating.
Everybody says I'm cheating.
Yeah, it's still one thing to figure out how to catch them on that. It's not easy.
Oh,
no, like
you don't just go grab one of them, throw it on your boat, and then just start instantly catching them. There's so many things to figure out with that.
Several days to figure that out. And then you would go and then you'd toss your lure. That's the frustrating thing, is you can see everything. Mm-hmm. So when you do toss it down there and they're not interested, that makes it worse.
Like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right here on your nose.
Yep.
Yeah, that's part of it, I guess. What about your winter hobbies? Are you pretty much just nose to the grindstone on coyotes, or are you still deer hunting a little bit, or?
I'll deer hunt. I used to bow hunt a
You've
lot.
killed some nice deer.
Yeah. I used to deer hunt a lot, man. I ate it up. I lived and slept it, basically. And, I would miss family functions like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and now I don't do that. And my family makes fun of me. They're like, 5 years ago, you'd be in a deer woods. What the hell happened to you? You know?
Exactly.
I know.
But
I remember back in the Taco Bell days.
Yep.
We were both pretty hardcore ate up with deer hunting.
Yep.
Like if it's fall time, we're out there.
Yep.
Oh, when you lived where Taco Bell is now.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I thought your place is called Torchies. You could burn it down.
And
before Taco Bell, you had burnt down Torchies.
And the crazy thing is I run cameras. I run corn piles all year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got a corn pile right now feeding my deer. And
you're just waiting for the right deer to interest you again?
It takes the right one to initiate anything in me.
Yeah.
And I haven't been fortunate enough to kill the right one yet, but I put a lot of work into it, and that's kind of killed my deer hunting deal for me. It's like, you know, there for a while, I was kind of buddied up with Hank Faust there, and we would do at least stuff together. And, like, I'd run the cameras and the corn piles and everything. And then, you know, you would hunt, and you're sharing all these deer with everybody, and then everybody, your neighbors and all your buddies, and everybody's killing them. And you're like, man, I've dumped so much money into that deer.
Yeah.
And it just got years and years of letdowns, and it ruined me. It's like, man, I can't hardly go out. You ask somebody, like, I'm willing to pay top dollar for a lease, and you'd ask somebody around here for a lease, and they would look at you like you lost your mind.
Oh, 100%.
Go out western Oklahoma, and they'll sell you one.
Hey,
you know,
absolutely.
it's like no big deal.
Yeah,
You're
And,
exactly right.
You got enough money, you can get one out there.
Yeah, and it's
around
like,
here, you ain't touching nothing.
yeah, and I got thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? There's a lot of pigs. There's a lot of coyotes around here. I love to hunt.
Found your new niche, didn't you?
Deer season's only so many days a year.
Yeah.
I can kill coyotes 365 or 340 days a year because there's 2 weeks during deer season you can't. 3 weeks during deer season you can't kill them. But
And you're getting to pull the trigger.
yeah,
A lot.
yeah, and you're recording. I mean, there's just so much more into it. You're recording everything. I mean, it's at nighttime. You're doing it with a thermal.
And it's still obviously a challenging sport, so there's still a lot of game, you know, like a lot of sport in it. I mean, it's a game still. You got to figure out their playbook versus yours, and
yeah, just because it's nighttime doesn't make it an automatic
right.
deal. Like, they're smart wild animals.
Oh,
So
yeah, for sure. You still, I see Chance put a question here. Do you still do a little gigging every now and then, or?
man, I've been on a couple of my friends that I know. I've been on their butts about it. I'm like, man, you guys ain't taking me gigging. I mean, I want to go eat a sucker sandwich so bad I can't stand it.
Listen, man, so do I. But getting the phone call is the harder part.
It's impossible. Like,
it's pretty
He
tough.
snaps me about it, and I check my Snapchat once a day. So I'll be laying in bed at 12, like, dang it, he snapped me at 7. I didn't even know it.
it's my sucker sandwich.
Yeah, I missed it again.
I'm so bad about not sending a text. I'll send a snap, but
Text. Because when I get the snap, I know it's like an invite. Like, it's, you know, it's showing fish coming out of the grease. It's an invitation, or I take it as it. I don't care if it is or not. I'm gonna come eat if I see it in time. But
yeah, I know one
at
guy
him.
that's like always wanting to go coyote hunting, but he gigs a lot, and I'm like, yeah, we can go. And we're constantly coyote hunting, and every time we're coyote hunting, I'm bringing it up to him. I'm like, you been gigging any? And he's like, oh, you know, yeah or no. And I'm like, every time it's like, you been gigging any? And it's like, he's not getting the point. You know, it's like, hey, we're out here coyote hunting. Take me gigging.
right, scratch each other's back.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to swap some trips.
We can do that.
I want to be in on this deal somehow.
Yeah, we can try.
I don't have much to offer. Any recent hunts you have coming up? You have anything scheduled or anything cool, or that you've even been on recently? Besides, you know, this past fall, past fall and winter, have you done anything cool?
No, I focused on the house build this year. I didn't. I hunted.
And that's time consuming.
I set 2 sets during deer season, and
Wow,
just seen the deer and everything. It just nothing big enough, and
Not what you're looking for.
no. But yeah, I haven't hunted a whole lot other than coyotes and pigs. That's literally all I've hunted. I'm entered in a pig tournament. You know, that's kind of what I've been focused on here.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So there's a pig hunt in Wise County. It's like 5.5 hours from here.
And that's in Texas.
It's in Texas, and it's a 3-state deal. It's a Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. It's like a $200 entry fee. They've got 6 side pots. They got 6 side pots. They got an archery pot. They got biggest cutters. They got a 225, 245, and a 285 side pot. And then first through 10th. And they all pay. And so, like, to put it in perspective, first place pays $75,000. Biggest cutters pays like $10,300. There isn't a payout less than $9,000. I'll say that.
That's unreal.
Besides, like, on your first through 10th, whenever you get down there, 9th and 10th place is $3,000.
So have they told
Still
you
a lot of money.
how many teams are in this?
Yeah, I don't know the exact count for this year, but I know last year there was over 500 entered, and they paid out like $375,000 last year in prizes.
That's some big sponsorships.
Big sponsorships. They do a lot of door prizes. They give thermals and rifles and suppressors and tripods and smokers.
Oh, yeah. Kobe was telling me, like, every T-shirt you buy gets you entered to win a suppressor or thermal or something.
You can buy, I think it's a shirt or a hoodie. Shirt's good for so many entries. Hoodie's good for so many entries. You can buy it, and then you wear it. I think you have to wear it to the weigh-in.
Okay.
And then they draw the names for that. And then if you have that hoodie, then you get so many entries, or you have that many extra entries into that drawing.
What's the thermal sponsorship there? Was it Knockpicks? Is that right? I think Kobe told me that.
Yeah. Yep, it's a Knockpicks.
Are they pretty good, or?
They're pretty good. I haven't personally been behind one. I've watched a lot of videos on them. I'm real big into thermals. I do a lot of research. You know, they're one of the top picks up there, but there's some other ones that's better.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about thermals. There's probably no other good time than right now. Just a little gift that Chance and I got Levi, just to get him on board with this. Not really a gift, guys. If those are the last 14 guests, like, what the heck? I didn't get a gift. So this is I told him I was going to bring this out just for fun, but I mean, he actually is the proud owner of it now. This is the new Adder LRF 60-1280. This is a 1280 imaging, or what's the word? Resolution is what we're looking for. So before this scope came out, I think the competition was a 1024. Is that right?
Yes.
And I've been telling Bubba Lopez, which is Levi's friend as well. I've been telling him we got to get Levi in here so we can get him on the AGM board and get him off of Pulsar. And then this is no push to Pulsar. We're just joking. You guys have heard me tell some stats about L&L itself with AGM, and so he pulled up earlier and he said, "Well, let me look through one. If it's what you say it is, and I'll buy one right now." And I no more went and got him a Dr. Pepper and came back, and him and Chance already went outside, and he said, "Ring me up." Yep. That's no lie, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
I wish it was a gift. I hope one day we get to, when we're on episode 6,000 something, we're giving gifts like this for all of our guests.
Perfect.
And if that happens, like we're gonna owe all of our old guests at least a hat or something later.
He looked through it downstairs, and he's kind of looking at it. He's like, "Wow, this is pretty good." And I was like,
"Let's go outside.
You ought to see it outside." And he's like, "Can we go outside?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, we'll go out back." He walks out and he clears the building, and it took about 5 seconds. He's like, I want it. I was like, okay, we can definitely make that happen.
Yeah, they are looking through that thing. It didn't take very long to make up my mind. I scrolled up or zoomed in on that turkey up there on the wall, and you said something about going outside, and I said, yeah, let's go outside. I took it outside. There's a couple of yearling calves standing across the road. I hit them with a rangefinder and focused it real good, and I said, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
It looks like you're looking through like a video game or something.
It really does.
It does.
I feel like you're a part of a different world when you look through that. So you guys heard me on, I don't know which episode it was. I put up a little reel about, just explain the difference of 19-256 and 25-320 and 35-384, blah, blah, blah. So this is a 60-1280. So the distance in millimeter across the front of this lens is 60 millimeters, and it is in 1280 resolution, and it's 12 micron. So the Adder LRF has their range on this model. Some of them are on top. This model is built inside, so it's nothing to snag on, nothing, and it looks cleaner, sleeker. But anyways, he's a new proud owner. We got him hooked up with AGM now. So I'm actually doing this on our side too. Like, I just want to hear feedback. Like, I know Pulsar's good. We all know Pulsar's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Pulsar, but there's something right with AGM at the same time. I mean, the 5-year warranty, bumper to bumper, man, just the 1280 it's going to be fun. So I'm curious just to see, I mean.
That's the deal for me right there is I run a pulsar and a handheld and rifle scope. And I have the 1024 by 720, I think it is. And it's the top line pulsar. That's the difference right there. When you go from 1024 to 1280, it's just that much better.
Yeah. And guys, what that does, I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but what that does, guys, is is it increases your detection or your identification range. It's, once we've said before, it's one thing to detect something hot. Yeah. It's another thing to tell you exactly what that thing is. And this just increases that range of identification before you make a bad shot that you regret or whatever. I mean, he was even talking earlier, just the difference of how foxes can be kind of, at night can be hard to distinguish. And so, yeah, it's just one more box check of just being that much more for sure before you shoot the neighbor's dog or whatever. I mean,
there's three things, the three major things that I look at when it comes to a thermal scope. The first one is being resolution because of identification at a distance. I don't want to spend 30 minutes on what I think is a coyote whenever, all said and all, it's a house dog or a coon or whatever, especially hunting a tournament, when everything, time's everything.
Right.
I've taught myself over the years to hunt faster. I don't give it no time. Like, I'm in the buggy out, or not really the buggy, but the truck. Like, I'm in the truck, I'm out of the truck, I'm in the truck constantly. So
running and gunning.
Yeah, so the three things, the major things is like your resolution is the number one. Your number two is your rangefinder, because if without a rangefinder, there's going to be a lot of times 500-600 yard shots is what's going to win a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Because several coyotes hang up.
Yeah.
There's property lines they won't cross. There's fences that they've crossed that fence once before and they got their butts whipped by another coyote, and they're not willing to do that. They've been in his house, so they're going to stay right. And I've literally watched that over and over. Like, you'll call them 700, 800 yards out. They'll close the distance 300-400 yards, and they'll get to a property line or some kind of drainage ditch or a timber line or something, and that's it.
Some domain. And
that's it. They're not doing no more. The other thing is battery life.
Yeah.
I got to be able to run, there's 12, 13 hours in the night. I want to be able to run 12, 13 hours and not be swapping batteries.
Well, Laramie has this unit, and I'll tell you this. I mean, and I hopefully you had –
Not to cut
go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but I hunt side by side with a guy that's got an AGM with a built-in rangefinder, just like my Pulsar. His isn't as high tech as mine,
right?
Not the same, but that's beside the point. Deal is he's running a rangefinder. It's doing the same amount of work on the battery as mine is. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at mine, and it's got 30% on the built-in battery, and the red one or the external battery is completely dead. I look over at him, and I said, we put our batteries in the scope at the same time or whatever and turned them on at the same time or whatever. And I look over at him, and I said, how many hours you got left on your battery? And he's like, oh, I'm good. He's like, my external's only 50%. He said, my built-in's completely full.
Yep.
And I'm like,
I had the same unit as him, and they run forever.
Like, you're kidding me.
So this was to build onto that. Laramie has the same unit. And were we with – you the other day we were with, someone asked, how's your battery life? Or maybe it was Luke that asked him. It might have been Luke that asked him.
It was when it's cold.
Yeah, and Laramie said, I don't know, I've never charged it. He bought this thing last year. Now, he's not going as much as you. He's not staying out there for 12 hours, but I mean, he's always looking at something or killing something, and he's, I don't know, I've never even charged it. And I was like, crazy. I said, are you serious? He goes, I'm telling you. He said, you set it up for me, you charged it, and it's been on my gun ever since then. And he's like, and he looks through, and he said, I mean, it could probably use to charge. There's a couple of those deals are missing. I mean, I'm just like, golly. So I think they're supposed to be 12 and 12 or more on internal and external. 24 hours. Yeah. That's big.
It's very big.
Because you can have the other extra battery on the charger in the truck, even if they're 8 and 8, and you get 16 out of one and have another 8 on the charge.
You find yourself being like me, like with Pulsar, you got a pocket full of 4 or 5 batteries, and you're constantly swapping them in between stands.
That probably gets old.
It gets annoying. Yeah. It's like
it's not that big of a deal, but it gets annoying.
Yeah, especially like you forget one in the truck or something. In the middle of a stand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nothing to push you away from Pulsar. That's not our goal with this. But I told Bubba, if we can just get him in the store, I bet I can get him to like one. And I thought he was teasing when you guys came back in. He's, I'll take it. And I was like, oh yeah, I bet. And you go, I'll take it. Are you being serious? Like, yeah, I'll take it. And I was like, all right, let's get it. So, anyways,
I told Bubba, I was telling him for a couple of weeks. I said, you tell old Chaz to get Laramie's AGM out and let me look through it. And I said, and I might switch from Pulsar.
Well, here we are.
Yep. Today's the day.
Yep. Congratulations.
Yep. And you'll be a good one to test it out.
Oh, yeah. That's
honestly, I'll put it to use. I'll tell you guys where it fails and where it does.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we want to know.
Absolutely. That's what we're all about. That's why I reached out to Laramie. I said, hey, after hours, but we got a buyer here, and he said, let's do it. And I know that, of course, we're going to take care of you, our friend, but it's just the feedback we're going to get will be worth as much. And that's the whole reason Laramie bought one in the first place. He didn't need one, but he's like, you think we'll sell any of those? I was like, I don't know. We need to get in the right guy's hands first, then we probably can sell them. And he was like, order me one. I was like, really? And Laramie's not like that. Some of you guys might think he's like that. He's not like that at all.
No.
Like he'll be like, oh my gosh, I've wanted one of these guns my whole life.
I wish I could have one.
And then he'll put it on the shelf. I'm like, just take it home. No. Man, these are so nice. This is super nice. He's very disciplined. So for him to take in one of these, but he had a bigger picture. I mean, he thought to himself, hey, if I take one, like it, show it off, borrow my gun if you want, you're going to want one too. And since then, I think this is the 5th one we've sold in a year. And they're $7,000. I mean, that's not something you sell every week by any means. But
that's the thing, is it's not everybody wants to come in here and spend that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you have to do it.
Yeah, you have to do it a lot. Like you get in competitions.
Yep.
I mean,
put it into perspective, guys.
I mean, you're going for $75,000 in the month of February.
Right.
Exactly. It takes one pig to pay that scope off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you might see a 400-pounder at 600 yards and be like,
I know it's your hobby, and I'm not calling you a professional because you probably don't want that title anyways. But at the same time, it is a profession. When you're trying to go win money with something, it becomes somewhat of a profession. I mean, I'm not saying you're a professional. I know you don't want that title, but at the same time, you purchase something like that with a bigger picture in mind. Like, hey, guys, I might be able to pay for this on one good coyote hunt when I reach out there and shoot a dog that's 840 yards or whatever. I mean, that's a big difference.
Yep, very big deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, congratulations. I'm actually excited to – I don't want you to brag on it too much because I don't want to have to spend that much money on one. I'm trying to be fine with my 384, and I know I'm eventually going to want a 640, but I don't really want a 1280. But my gosh, they're awesome to look through. If you guys haven't looked through a 1280, of course I don't have one now because we just sold it 20 minutes ago. But
I suggest not looking through it unless you got the money.
For sure. Either don't look through it or stop by L&L and look through it because it's mind-boggling. Like Chance said, you feel like you're actually in a video game or something. It's
just looking around in the store inside.
It's unreal.
With the lights on, you can look at one of the shoulder mounts up on the wall, and you can see everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's unreal.
And I've also been right beside, like I've also have a friend that has an IRA 1024, and I'm telling you guys, there's nothing compared to that 1280.
That's cool. That's already cool feedback. And you know thermals as good as anybody out there. So
I've ran a lot of them.
Yeah. That's going to be good feedback for sure. Well, keep us posted on how it is. And if you shoot any cool videos with it, man, send it to me and I'll put it on our podcast. That'd be cool too.
I'll do that.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us a little bit about because we're going to get into the actual predator side of things because we have so much to talk about, and I hope we get a chance to do it. But how did your passion for predator hunting start? You kind of slowly got into that information a little bit earlier. I want to hear some more of that, just what it was like at 8 years old, I think you said. Yeah. Go ahead and tell that.
So I was
And don't forget to tell where.
Okay.
That's a cool part of what this podcast is.
So it started at a very young age with me. Wade Cunningham and Phil White, my dad, they worked at the city of Tulsa. And Wade has a ranch down here at Brush Creek.
On Brush Creek.
And they were pretty young at the time. And they wanted to try to call in coyotes or, back then it really wasn't a coyote thing. It was more of a myth of like big cats. Everybody would talk about the big cats around. And so we would go out and set up, and we had I'll never forget this. We had a cordless tape player, and a guy by the name of Bruce Sawyer worked at the dam at City of Tulsa for years. Real good friend of ours. Loads bullets, good, smart, real knowledgeable guy when it comes to guns and hunting. He would make all these tapes. And I don't know, like some of them I know he made, but like some of them he would get other places. And he would give us these tapes, and we'd put them in this little tape player, and we'd go out there and, set up, and we'd set this tape player at our feet and turn it on. You couldn't set it out there in front of you because you had to push play, pause, and stop and all that, and this next sound, scroll fast forward it through that sound to get to the next one, type of deal. That's where it all started for me, and watching the first coyote be shot coming into a call, it sparked something in me that I've never forgot.
Yeah. And
I've always wanted to win a coyote tournament, as a kid. So I'd enter in these little jackpots and fire department stuff, little things like that, and I would hunt them. Never did do any good, But it's looking back, it was the time that we put in back then to now. It's gained me so much knowledge, over the years of learning what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
Like I go with people now, and they'll be like, "Oh, let's do this, let's do that," and I'm like, just get in a buggy and leave because it's over, and they just keep trying. But that's where it all started, was Brush Creek and as a kid.
With the old cordless.
With the cordless.
Like a little boom box.
Yeah, it was literally
with,
probably took the D batteries. Yeah.
And it took a regular square tape player. Like you could stick your fingers in it and rewind it.
Yeah, perfect.
And we also had I'll never forget the first decoy. I never thought about it as a kid, and neither did Wade and Dad. We would just stick a deal out there and play the sound, and something come in, it came in. If it didn't, it didn't. And as I started evolving, they come out with these decoys, and I'd stick a decoy in the ground, turn it on, and then it was like a whole nother world. Like all these coyotes, they would see this decoy, and it was like once they seen it, it was an automatic. They were coming in. Well, then it got to where coyotes was used to that, and that's one thing. Everybody's got a domestic dog. Everybody trains their dogs to do certain things. Coyotes can be trained.
Yep.
You call in a certain spot enough, they're going to put that together, and they're going to know.
Educated.
Yeah. That's where the trapping came in.
Yeah.
It's like, when I can't call them in, I'll trap them, and I'll get rid of them, and then it'll bring new coyotes in that I can call. And
because once a dominant coyote is dead, new ones move right into that area, I'm assuming is what you're saying.
They will.
Yeah.
They will. They'll try to pick up that female, or they'll take the place of that one.
Yeah.
When that dominant dog's gone,
they
will try to take it over. Yep.
That's where the fire lit. The fire lit then, and it's still burning heavily, I'm sure.
Yep. Still does.
And you're probably wishing right now, like, you'd probably rather be shooting coyotes than doing a podcast. But we appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
so.
I actually texted a buddy of mine. I said, podcast until probably 8 or 9 o'clock, and then I'll call you. It's an every night deal.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, I work all day, and then I get off work, and then I go hunting, and then I usually drag home, early nights, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, just when I'm not feeling it. But most of the time it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm back up at 6, and I'm feeding cattle again. Yep. And it's like a lot of people don't realize what kind of time and work you have to put in to do it, to be very successful. And I'm not saying that I'm real successful, but I've done pretty good with it.
Right.
Killing them. And that's something you got to do. Like,
on average, and this is a tough average, but just on average, how many do you think you're killing a week? Are you killing 1 or 2 dogs a week for sure? Or?
If I tell you, you guys aren't going to believe me. But I'll just tell you 2 examples. So in 2024 I started killing coyotes in the month of December 1st. And I lost count at 67 coyotes in the middle of February. And I lost count because I wasn't taking pictures of the coyotes and numbering the pictures. And I was trying to keep it tallied in my head. And I'd go the next day, and for some reason I just forgot my number. And I was like, I can't remember. And I was hunting with a partner, and I said, and he was keeping track with them, and he was like, man, I can't remember what number it is. So we made a deal. We were like, all right, well, we're SOL now, so this next year, going into 25, from January 1st till December 31st, we'll keep track. I quit keeping track in March at 70 coyotes from January to March.
Wow.
And
that's unreal to me.
And here's the other thing. This is the part you're not going to believe. We do all that, and it gets to a point to where I literally know the 7 coyotes that's left out there. And I see them every day. They're in the same block of timber. They go in the same pastures. They run around the same cows, and it's like clockwork. And
so you're telling them your days are numbered.
Yeah, and I'm telling the guys that I'm hunting with, I'm like, we got to find different places to hunt. We've killed them all. And they're like, no, there's no way, I said, I'm telling you, we've killed all the coyotes. We got to go somewhere else. So we started branching out, and we give it a month. I go back. We killed 7 coyotes the first night that we went back hunting. And I said, well, that ain't the 7 coyotes that I know is out here, because they didn't come from them places. Right. So something's going on. I said, there's a lot more than I think out here. Well, there was a guy that wanted to trap. And I told him, I said, and he's a kid, and I said, go ahead, have at it, trap them. He trapped 24 coyotes off of one pond bank.
Jeez.
And that's off the places that we're hunting. Like,
Golly,
Oklahoma posted a deal, the state of Oklahoma posted a deal not too long ago about coyote numbers. And they said that there's 2,000 coyotes in the state of Oklahoma. I find that false. I've killed almost 250 coyotes, 200 coyotes in 2 years off of one 700-acre property. So
that is unreal.
You can't tell me there's only 2,000
coyotes.
Oh,
dude, there's probably 2,000 coyotes in
Delaware County. Yeah. So it is unbelievable.
I was told a statistic one time that you have to kill, and this is just probably just a fun little thought, but they say you have to kill 75% of the coyotes you see to maintain the population that you see.
Yep.
Not that you call in or miss, but I mean, you're just driving around and see one. You got to kill 3 out of 4 of those.
Yeah. So like that being said, the places that we hunt, you'll drive out. I'll keep that low key, but you'll drive out there and you can make stands and get out of the car and the truck or whatever and walk into a field and make a stand and set up and call all these different places. But the crazy thing to me is in between stands, just looking through your handheld driving down the road on places that you don't have permission. It's unbelievable the amount of coyotes that's in between properties that you do hunt. You know what I mean?
They probably know where to be too.
They figured out
no pressure.
And they
go
know
to those places,
and they will not come off them places.
Right.
Like you can throw every call you have in your collar at them, and that's another thing. Like I think them things, they hear sound so much from other local dogs. You know, once you educate them to a collar, an e-collar, they know that. Like,
right.
They can tell the difference in that sound, and I don't know how, but they do.
Let's do something a little different. Let's build a toolbox. If I'm a predator hunter today and I'm getting started, because most of our viewers are listening, they're either adding to their arsenal of whether it be knowledge or actual tools, or this is a new viewer that wants to learn how to, maybe just somebody that randomly come across Brush Creek podcast because they're trying to find out more about predator hunting. So let's just build the toolbox. We'll just kind of go down a list of things that I have wrote down here. First, we'll just talk about what round do you shoot. We'll just kind of go through like what round, what gun, what tripod, what calls, what tips. I mean, we'll kind of build this little toolbox of stuff, and then we'll open the dictionary of predator hunting and see what we need to do to put this stuff to work, to implement it.
Okay.
So let's just do that. Let's just because I mean we can hit so many different topics on tips as far as weather, daytime, nighttime, time of year, whatever. We'll kind of just go through one thing at a time. Your favorite round, or the round that you're shooting right now. Maybe not your favorite, but what are you suggesting to guys that are getting started? Or
if you need a gun to kill coyote, and you want to shoot 500-600 yards, go buy a 6.5 Creedmoor. That's my opinion.
Okay, and you're going to get. I'm a Creedmoor fan, but you're going to get a lot of kickback on that because a lot of guys are right now on the bandwagon of hating Creedmoor.
Everybody I talk to or suggest it to, they laugh at me.
Yeah,
they're like, I can't believe you're using that, and especially with deer.
You've heard 6.5 need more, 6.5 bleed more, 6.5 the man bun. Oh, dude.
And I'm telling you, them guys that say that there's a lot of them that's just had a bad experience with the 6.5 Creedmoor, and a lot of
my whole family shoots them, and we've retrieved everything we've shot. It's
a lot of ammunition.
Yeah.
Ammunition's a big deal. I would say
100%.
Big deal.
So I just recently got into my guns lane there, the 6.5 Grendel, because I wanted an AR-15 platform.
Yes.
And I actually am not even a big AR guy. I'm going to go to a bolt gun. I think I'm going to go to either going to do something that, maybe build something or find something different. My wife shoots a 6.5 Creedmoor. My boy shoots one. I have one for my long distance gun. I think I'm going to build me either do something, similar to that. I don't know if I'll do that, or maybe just a Ruger wrench, but I'm going to do a Creedmoor. I thought about doing a Grendel bolt action, but I think I'd rather have the Creedmoor round. The only reason I have that is because it's AR-15. I don't want AR-10. That's the only reason I did that. And then Grindle, I have nothing wrong to say about it. Actually, Bubba, I'm gonna pick on him for a minute. He sold everything. Bubba, I know you're looking or watching or listening. He sold everything Grindle. Now he went with me a couple. Or I didn't. He didn't go with me. I went with him, and he said, "What round are you shooting?" I was like, "A Grindle." He's like, "Are you serious?" And I thought, "Here's my chance," because I already knew he sold that stuff. I was like, "Oh, it's the best round ever invented." I'm just gigging him hard, and so anyways, he comes back and he's has an AR, I think, on layaway, and he's bought a Ruger American again. Same gun back.
His gun back.
But the difference was, in my opinion, and Chance still shoots the black ammo. He's had success with it, but I had a few pigs run away on the black ammo, so I started shooting that SST custom or super performance type of bullet.
Is it a 123 grain?
Yep. And I'm talking just punch dead.
So I'm glad you said that, because I tried the 123s out of the 6.5, and they shoot excellent as far as long distance and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as killing something, I've had too many runners.
And is that the SST or the black?
SST.
No kidding.
I've had a lot of runners on the black. That's all I shot for. Like the first 100 rounds to that gun was Hornady blacks.
Yeah.
I'd say 50 of the coyotes that I shot ran off. Like, I'm not.
Wow, on a coyote.
Like to the point, guys, to where I was about ready to wrap it around a tree.
Oh, I bet.
I'm sick of it.
It's maddening.
You know? And Johnny's, he called me one night and he's like, "You're not going to believe this. Hornady just dropped a new bullet." And I'm like, "What is it?" And he said, "It's a varmint round, 100 grain varmint round." He's like, "Let's try it." Well, we buy it and we run them, and everything you shoot dies. And
that's what you're shooting right there?
Yeah, the 100 grains. And like, you can shoot a pig with 140 grain Hornady black, and he'll absorb it and run off. You shoot him with 100 grain ELV DT, and he ain't going.
ELV DT?
ELD.
ELD-VT.
Yeah, ELD-VT.
Oh, that's a varmint. Okay.
Yep, that's the 100
Instead of the
grain.
LDX.
It's the white Hornady matchbox.
Okay.
It's got the fur and stuff on it.
Yep.
Predator round.
Yeah.
That kills pigs.
Are you killing
and
more
coyotes.
Are you killing more with that kinetic, just energy and speed then, opposed to just a bullet weight?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they fly about 200 feet per second faster, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a complete side note. So I probably have ADHD. Apologies for getting off topic here, but I'm gonna tell something very similar to that, which makes sense. There's a guy that makes a round for waterfowl called a pulverizer. And long story how he come across this, but basically he uses number 8 still shot BBs. And the difference is I used to know my statistics exactly on this. I might butcher it, but it's going to be a rough estimate. A 12 gauge 3-inch BB, obviously they're a bigger BB. I'm well aware of that, guys. But a 12 gauge 3-inch BB, I think, has 95 BB pellets in there.
Okay.
And this round that he's doing with number 8s has 1,100. And he said, "You're right. I'm not just, as far as blood, I'm not just annihilating birds, but he's hitting them with so many pellets and so much energy and so much faster that it's actually pulverizing the birds. So if you shoot them in the breast, they'll actually," he said it's I mean, of course, for most guys, maybe they're just head shooting, they want something different. But and he made a good point. He said, you can shoot a deer with a 30-06 right in the heart, blow its heart up, kill it dead. Or you can hit one with a semi and not even break skin and kill it dead.
Yep.
It's the same type of deal. I mean, I'm wondering if what you're doing with that bullet, just being faster and more just kinetic energy, is obliterating them versus hitting them with the bigger bullet they're running off. Absorbing
all
and running off.
that impact.
For sure.
You're exactly right, because these are flying like 31 or something like that, 32 or something.
I'm glad you told me this.
I'm trying to build a gun right now that she slings a similar bullet at like 36, 50, 35.
What
that's fast.
What are you, like a 1 in 8 or 1 in 10 twist here, or what are you there?
If I told you the twist rate on that barrel, I'd lie to you.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I didn't know if you knew your details. I don't know much about twist ratio, but I didn't know if
when it comes to stuff like that,
that's Johnny, huh?
That's Johnny Man too.
Yeah. That's a Ruger American barrel.
The reason why I have that rifle, the reason why I own that rifle is because he went to a sniper shoot with that same rifle and took everybody's money.
Oh yeah, I sold him that gun.
$550 rifle off the shelf, and he's taking money from boys that have $2,000, $3,000 rifles.
He told me they'd come up to him like, "What all did you do that thing? Put a scope on it."
Yeah, nobody.
Like, oh, bull crap. What else did you do to it? Put bullets in it. I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
yeah.
When it comes to bullets, like shooting long distance stuff, he's really good with that stuff.
Yeah. So 6.5 Creedmoor, 100 grain ELD VT.
Yep.
which is a varmint match.
Yep.
The new bullet they just came out with probably within a year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
And I bet I've probably shot 1,000 rounds through that of these.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yep.
And do you feel like, so I think
Like when I buy about 4 boxes of bullets a week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I buy a lot.
You'll text me and you'll be like, hey, do you have any of the ELD VTs? And
Yeah,
I'm like,
like-
yeah, we got 6 boxes. I'll take them all.
That's like,
Yeah.
it's hard to find them. So like, and I'm sorry to be that way, but like
No,
I have
please
to
do.
go from store to store. It's like,
tell us if you need more. We'll get them coming.
and then
if they're in stock.
there for a while, you got to where you couldn't even find them. You know, right after they made them, like 3 months in, everybody bought them off the shelf, and it's like now I'm having to get online and order them.
Yeah,
like,
that.
then you're
tends to happen.
paying for shipping, and it's like it's a hazardous shipping because it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
bullet or whatever.
Yeah.
So it don't pencil that way. It's best to come to L&L. And
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm under the impression that I think, I don't retain as much information as I used to. I'm getting old, Chance. But I think at a 6.5 Creedmoor, on average, per barrel, as far as just an average barrel, is about 3,800 shots. And I think a 308's like 3,500 shots. So then you have like your nozzlers, like the 26 and 28 nozzler, they're like a 500 shot barrel before they call them barrel burner.
Yep.
So you're saying like, what's your next step? Let me ask you this. I guess I'm building up a question here, building a case for you. If you're 1,000 rounds into this gun roughly, and he was probably however many rounds into it, so you're going to probably, in the next 2,000 rounds, you're going to start seeing some opening. Are you going to rebarrel this with the same thing? Are you going a different route? Are you going a different caliber? Are you going to stay 6.5 Creedmoor? That's kind of the question I'm building up there.
I'm going to switch completely different gears is what I want to do. Is I'm going to try to focus on the 6SS.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that bullet. And that's kind of where I was going with building this case here.
Yeah, because I don't really know anything about that.
I've heard Johnny talk about it.
So the 6SS slings like a 108 grain bullet at like 330,000 RPMs, which is right where Hornady says they don't recommend you shooting them that fast because they come apart.
Mm-hmm.
The no-brainer deal for me on the 6SS is the trajectory chart. That thing's only dropping, 40, 50 inches at 700 yards versus a Creedmoor at 80 or 90 inch, whatever it is.
Yeah.
100.
I could range something in that scope and tell you exactly what it is, but
Yeah.
Johnny, he can put it in on his phone and tell you what it is. There's different things, but that's what I'm going to step to. I'm going to try to go, which is basically, this is a 100 grain bullet.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 8 grains bigger, but it's flying, 400 feet per second faster. And once again, going back to that deal, to me, speed kills.
Right.
But you
You
also
think of a 22-250, that's a proven round. Once again, speed kills for sure.
It's smoking hot.
Yeah.
the only thing bad about that is, again, you're talking about barrel burners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're not gonna get
not
very-
good for long term.
And that rifle I built, I put a shilling barrel on it, which they're $300 barrel.
Yeah.
You burn it out, you go buy another $300 barrel. It's less price it's cheaper than buying a new rifle.
Yeah,
Right.
So like
not that big of a deal.
no, so like on that deal right there, nobody's gonna want to take a Ruger American, bolt and receiver and all that stuff and barrel it. I mean, I
Right.
wouldn't,
It's kind of a throwaway at that point.
yeah, you've got your good out of it.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, that's a really good rifle, and I'd hate to switch from it unless I know for sure that it's going to be a good deal, but you don't know until you do it. So, and that's the thing with the 6SS, it's so hard to come up with building the bullets. You can't just go to the store and buy them. You got to load them.
I've only heard the abbreviation of it. Is that like a 6mm super short? Is that what?
Sherman short.
Sherman short.
Sherman short.
Okay. I've been wondering what it stood for. I've heard of 6SS, just didn't know.
They also have a 6.5 SS, and we looked into building them too. I can't remember what deterred me from that. There was a reason.
That you went ahead and stay with the 6. So is it going to be comparable to a 6mm arc or something?
It would be real comparable to like a 6 Creedmoor
Okay.
on speed.
Okay.
Is basically what it is. It's basically a Magnum rifle to me.
Right. Gotcha.
It's the speeds that it shoots.
Almost like a Weatherby in a sense.
Basically.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6SS, 6.5 Grendel, 6mm arc, 22 arc, 243, 20. These are all great rounds, but right now you're shooting a Creedmoor.
The reason why I picked a 6.5 Creedmoor is because, well, for one, it's a $550 gun at L&L.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come in here and buy it and you can shoot 1,000 yards. Number two, I grew up watching my dad and Wade shoot coyotes with a 308. When I was about 12 or 13 years old, I wasn't very old, my dad would take me around to go coyote hunting, and I'd run the call.
Yeah.
And we go set up on a pond bank one time. Dad comes up here right before deer season. Laramie hadn't bought this yet. His dad had still owned it, but he was working here or helping his dad or whatever. I think it was in the process of changing.
Transition, yeah.
My dad come up here and he buys a 22-250 Thompson Center Encore single shot, camel stock, stainless barrel. We take it out there, sight it in. We go coyote hunting. I call in 5 coyotes on a daytime set. My dad kills 4 of them with a single shot 22-250, and I was like, man, that's crazy. You know, I got to have me a 22-250, so I go and get one, and then Dad goes and gets a 308. And then he starts, annihilating coyotes, you know, and I'm shooting coyotes with a 22-250 and they're running off. And I'm like, man, I got to get a bigger gun.
Right.
So they come out with the 6.5 Creedmoor, and I thought, that's built off of a 308, basically. Dad shot 308 my whole life. I was like, I'll just run that. And that's kind of that's the reason why I have that. So
I'll be dang. I didn't realize all that. Yeah. So we've talked about year round. We're building this, this toolbox, if you will, for the ultimate predator hunter. What is one piece of gear that has got to be like your favorite? Like, obviously you got to have a gun and a thermal, but what is a piece of gear that just makes the difference of being a good predator hunting?
My collar.
Okay. So let's talk about your collar in particular, and we can talk about other calls too. But we'll talk about this one here. This is a Fox Pro Shockwave. Yeah. Okay. Tell us a little bit about the Shockwave.
So I like the X24. They make a Shockwave that's got 2 speakers on it. They turn out. It holds pretty much the same amount of calls as the X. There's a little difference between them. I'm going to butcher it a little bit, but they supposedly, for I don't know why.
Here's how they turn if you're watching.
I went to buy the X24 and they didn't have it. It was sold out. So I bought that because that's what was on the shelf. So there's nothing more special about that than any other Fox Pro collar, other than the fact that I don't run very many Fox Pro sounds. There's some on there that's good, but I'm gonna be honest. I go through and I delete. I only keep about 15 of the original sounds from Fox Pro. I delete all the rest of them.
Would you? This is my opinion, but would you agree or not agree that over time, coyotes, whether it be however they learn from their parents, but have kind of learned some of these. Like, for instance, Johnny Stewart was real popular on a cassette a while back, and I can still tell you what that sounds like. Yep. I was 15 years old hunting with my father-in-law here. Yeah. I could probably about tell you the whole series of it. And then it got to where it went from running over you, like talking about putting them at the foot of your, putting the cassette at your foot. I mean, that's how I started hunting with him too, on a Johnny Stewart. Popped that old cassette down in it and turned the volume up and turned it back down so you could fast forward it so you could only hear it yourself, then turn it back up when you got to where you wanted. But it went from being like, man, we were killing stuff nonstop to couldn't call anything in. Yep. I mean, over like a 3-year period.
Yep.
And then Fox Pro came out, and man, Fox Pro, my gosh, that's the best quality sound ever. And then it got to where, like, I can't call a dog to save my life. So would you agree with that? That over time, these dogs have learned.
100%.
Okay. 100%. And that's what you're talking about. You're actually reaching out into another genre of sounds and downloading different files in, is what you're kind of saying. Okay.
So you can teach your domestic dog to do anything, like any type of trick or sounds or whatever it is that he's doing. You can teach him to open the door of the refrigerator and bring you a beer if you wanted to. Coyotes are no different.
Right.
They learn.
Yeah,
and smart. They know. Yeah, they're very smart. I see it time and time again, and I will also, I'll download calls, buy a call, and I'll play it like what you're talking, for 2 years in a row, and by the 3rd year, you can forget that sound.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Well, I know
it's the ones that winded you. You didn't know that got away.
Yep.
It's the ones that you missed, or you're probably not missed very often. But it's those kind of dogs that are getting educated. Like, I'll never come to that sound again.
There's several Fox Pro rabbit sounds right now that, dude, if you turn them on and where I hunt, coyotes are running away, and we're talking pups. You know,
isn't that weird? How
they've already had,
and it's crazy to me how they. So me and my wife talked about that. I said, you can't, coyotes they're not going out there and saying, hey, little coyote, little coyote, this is what this sounds like. Don't go to that,
Right.
So how are they teaching? But they do it.
Body language or something.
Yep. They definitely do it.
I thought that, and I knew that, and that's why I thought it was weird that you're married. Honestly, this is because I didn't know there was an idea of going out and we're not going to get into what sounds you like. I mean, that's your secret or whatever, but I didn't know that you could even do that. So when Kobe and Bubba first told me that you use a Fox Pro, I was like, I wouldn't use one of those things, because I'm over here like, this Fox Pro noise no different than Johnny Stewart's burned in my head that I can't stand the noise. Like I'm not very smart, but I'm smart enough to know that I don't even like it, and I know these coyotes don't like it. But you're going to a different genre and using something totally different.
Yeah, like I have I have friends or people that'll message me that haven't been hunting with me that want to go, and they'll want to run their call. And I'll be like, what do you got? And they'll be like, a Fox Pro. And I'm like, well, is it Fox Pro sounds? And they'll be like, yeah, I'll bring my call.
Yeah, just leave yours in your truck.
Just don't even bring it.
Yeah.
And I hate to be that way, but that's the truth.
No sense of wasting your time.
Right, your time's worth something being out there.
Yeah.
Like, you might get lucky and call one in or something.
I won't name all my sounds, but I will name. There's one company out there, and it's called MFK, Made for Killing.
Mm-hmm.
They're made for killing.
Yeah.
I mean, they live to their name.
Cool. I appreciate that shout out for sure.
Yeah.
So I think
and you can put them on any collar, so you do not have to buy a Fox Pro.
Okay.
They do.
Now, how does that work? Like, say you want to download that to your call.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I have just a little cheap one.
Is it SD? I guess?
You get on. So you can do it two different ways. You can get on MFK website, and you can buy them on there, and they will transfer over to like a media deal on your computer, a software.
Yeah.
And then you can download them through your Fox Pro. So they sell them MFK, and then they sell them on Fox Pro also. So you can also just go straight to the Fox Pro website.
They're contracted in. Yeah.
Yeah, they run. They're partners.
Okay.
They have a little drop tab over there that says MFK. You click it, and it shows all their sounds.
Is this where your wife comes in handy? Because I don't think I can do this myself.
Very. She does,
honey, please hook this thing
she's
up.
like, this is a joke, but she, like all my buddies that I hunt with, I started buying these MFK calls, and just to put it in perspective, there's $1,200 in calls on that call. Well, everybody comes to me, and they're like, hey, you got this call? Do you got this call? I'll buy it off of you. Instead of buying it off the MFK site. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I downloaded on their deal. Well, at first it was free, Everybody's like, hey, can I get those? I'm like, yeah, sure. Bring your call over. I'll have my old lady download it. She plugs it in. And then about the fourth or fifth call, she's like, okay, we're going to have to start charging for this. This is time consuming.
Right. This is annoying.
Like, I never thought about that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Just rename the file to
that's pretty cool.
That's probably not legal. MFK would probably have a problem with that.
So, I was thinking about just, like I said, I'm not asking you to name any of them by any means, but thinking about Fox Pro, like going back to what I said when Kobe and Bubba told me to use Fox Pro, I didn't know this was an option. So my first thought was, how the heck is he killing so many? Because I think Fox Pro sucks.
I do too.
But their speaker quality is great, and that's what you made a comment about that earlier. Like, it's not about the sound that comes with it; it's the sound I'm putting on it. So I think that's why Lucky Duck and all these others are doing good, because they're a new tune.
Yes.
These coyotes haven't heard this tune yet.
And Lucky Duck, they're on the top of their game. They know. They do the same thing. They got a bunch of custom calls too.
Okay.
That they have.
I didn't even know it was did you know it was a thing that you could get on there and re-download?
I had no idea. I thought if you bought that brand, that was what call you had to use.
I looked on those remotes sometimes and be scrolling through.
I'm not a big coyote hunter, so.
And there's like other people out there too. Several other companies other than MFK that make, like Tony Teddy, TT sounds. He makes sounds, and you put them on any collar you want. You buy them, And the cool thing, like what separates TT sounds from MFK sounds, Tony Tebby will actually build a full stand. You don't have to. You hit play and you don't touch a button, and it's sitting there and it's killing.
That's nice.
And it's going from, like, for an example, like, I'll just say this one example. I might start out calling, and it might be a howl, like a lone howl, and then I'll kind of transition it. They say a series of howls is an interrogation howl. Any type of interrogation howl is a series of different howls. So what I'll do is I'll howl, and then I might throw a bark in, and then I might pause it. I've got along really good with both ways. Sometimes you can pause it. Sometimes you just go right from sound to sound to sound, and that's what they want. Every night's different. So I'll go from a howl to a bark, and then I might pause it 30 seconds to a minute, and then I go right into a rabbit, and then I might switch right out of a rabbit, go right into a bird. Well, when I do that, I don't have to hit any buttons. Like, it's just you hit play, and it does it all for you. It adjusts the sounds. So, like, the volumes. So, like, it'll go up and down. That's one, but those sounds cost $25, but it's a 25-minute stand, or a 20-minute stand. Yeah. Fox Pro MFK sounds, you can't do that. So it's a custom deal. Like, you have to be able to hit them buttons and go from howling to barking to rabbit to whatever your series is.
Right.
That's a difference.
Yeah. So that's pretty handy. You
can it's real handy.
Get a TT call, go out there, hit play, and you can just
kick back,
sit there and chill and scan and
focus on scanning.
It takes all the work
for 25 minutes.
Yeah, because if
then nothing comes, just see ya.
Yeah, if not, you're more focused on picking sounds out and running the caller than you are, and that's why it pays to have people with you, is because the guy that's calling, he's the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing all night.
He's doing all the work and not getting any of the credit for getting the shot.
Yeah, yeah. Like, and a lot of times, if I'm not calling, I'm the first person to shoot a coyote. Like, and then everybody's like looks at me like I didn't get a chance. And I'm like, sorry. I'm usually on the caller.
Yeah. So, do you suggest? Like if somebody's getting started, are you suggesting Fox Pro not because of the sounds, but are you suggesting because of the quality of sound as far as the speaker?
Yes.
Okay.
How loud you can turn it up and it don't distort.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing for me.
Or HD sound, in other words.
Yes,
yeah.
The sound quality on the Fox Pro is a little bit better from what I've been able to.
What about Lucky Duck? Are they a quality sound?
Lucky Duck's really good, and I think Lucky Duck and Fox Pro are hand in hand. I think they're right there. I don't think one's better than the other.
Yeah, gotcha. It's because once again, it's all about the sound.
If you'll notice, like a lot of your big tournament hunters and guys that's way smarter than me that do this, you'll pay attention. They're running multiple calls. They'll have a Fox Pro, and they'll also have a Lucky Duck in the backseat.
Oh, yeah. Change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, will they go back through and this is a kind of a tournament question maybe. Let's say you have 1,000 acres, and you're going to set on 10 stands that night. Will you go back through with a different speaker and different sound back to the same 10 stands that hunt 20 stands per se? Only 10 spots, but maybe hunt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then at the end of the night, go back through and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a different series or something. Is that anything that's ever happens? Or
I've never done that.
Okay,
it's not something that I wouldn't do. I would do that. It really just depends on the situation and the scenario on how that dog left out of there on the sound that you was playing or where you visualized him, what he was acting like.
Gotcha.
A lot of my decisions are made off the coyote.
Yeah.
It don't matter what sound I'm playing or whatever.
And I guess my reason for that was to think kind of like if you're bow fishing, like you might hit a nook and kill everything in there.
Right.
You might come back 6 hours later and hit it again and kill half the fish maybe, but
it refreshed.
Yeah, I didn't know do you think those spots reload after a shot's made, or are they kind of done for the night?
No, they're done.
Okay, yeah.
Especially after shots fired. If a shot's fired like that, you educated that coyote, you can go on.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time going back.
So even if you killed an alpha male there, there's not one staging back in that quick, throughout the night or something.
No, and I'm not saying that there's not
maybe take a week or
staging
so
back in, but they're definitely not coming to your deal.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Just want to make sure. Go ahead.
will you kind of walk us through a setup? Like, say you're going out to hunt a coyote in this field, get out of the truck, walk over there, just kind of walk us through what you're going to do, like how far you're putting the call away, how are you positioning with the wind?
A lot of it's different. If I'm hunting for fun, chance I might go out there and I might set the call on the hood of the car or truck or buggy or whatever we're in. I've called coyotes in like that and killed them. I've also done that, and it cost me. I've learned that one of the biggest eye-opening deals for me in the last several weeks is I always thought coyotes couldn't see that great at night. And the reason why is because you walk through a field, I've walked up on coyotes 20, 25 yards, and they never knew. They're over there eating on the cow patty, and they didn't even know that I was there. Mm. And, I don't know. I mean, every deal's different. You can go in there and I don't know, man. That's a tricky question.
Every setup's different.
Yeah, I mean,
every type of hunt.
Yeah, it really is. I could explain it, but I look like an idiot.
Well, you must not be an idiot. You've been killing a ton of them. So
I know Blaine Collins. He went out a week or two ago. Had I don't know what kind of call he had. He set it out in the field. It looked like it was probably 50 yards away from him. He said, just turned it on. 2 coyotes come running in. They ran right to the call. The call spooked them. They ran off.
So I'm just going to tell you 2 examples, and you determine it how you want. One particular time we were making a stand. Me and a buddy we walked through a gate. We unchain it. Gate squeaks open. Gate squeaks back.
Chains clanking.
We walk 20 minutes, 15 minutes, go set up on a pond bank. We call coyote. We had to call running for 10 minutes. Nothing showed up. We grabbed the call. We walked back to the truck, boys. We walked through the same squeaking gate, slinging the same dangly chains. We open the truck door. He sticks his rifle in the truck, and my rifle's still sitting right there beside the gate on the tripod. Well, I go over there, and I forgot to put it on sleep mode. I just go over there, and I have a bad habit of having everything perfect for the next set. So that way it's just easy to grab, and I have to, so like that tripod, I like my barrel turned a certain way so I can grab it, throw it on my shoulder, and, everything's a certain order. So I go over there, and I'm trying to get my gun position, and I just happen to look through my thermal, and I'm no kidding, there is a coyote standing in the same tracks that we just walked through twice, in and out, and he's 20 yards from us. And I told the guys with us, I said, there's a coyote. He's like, there, he did not believe me. He's like, there is no way there's a coyote there. I said, I'm like, there he is. And so we walk over there, and I get him. And he's like, man, I can't believe that. Another time, just 2 weeks ago, I go hunting. We pull up on a cattle guard. We're getting out of the truck. I turn my handheld on. 5 coyotes standing in the field.
See you later.
400 yards, 300 yards from us.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're in the middle of the night, and it's like, how in the world did they see us? You don't realize it. Well, then you get down there where the coyotes are. You set up and you call. And I tried to tell them boys, it's like, we need to go on. Yeah, this is going to waste the time. And we were in a tournament. They insisted. They seen the coyotes, and I don't blame them. They're like, there's 5 coyotes here. We're going to try it. Mm-hmm. So I ran the series of calls. I didn't expect it to pay out, which I was right. It didn't. But as I turned around to walk back to the truck, I see the truck up there on the cattle guard, and I'm like, they skylighted us.
Yeah.
I felt like that's what we got into the other night.
I agree.
You and Laramie and I went.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter.
Because the snow was on, and you could see so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Noon was bright.
That's terrible.
They knew we were there.
Yeah.
And we played the call, and they just went away.
Yeah. And, you'll turn a call on, and they'll look like they know. All you're doing is educating them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, those 2 dogs got educated because we called for a little bit and nothing happened. Yeah, you bet. And nothing happened. It was just like you said. It was educating, and we're skylighting them for sure.
We pulled up too close, and wide open field, and we were in a tree line, but I mean, you can see through that tree line,
right?
Especially with the snow on. I mean, everything is just way brighter.
And I think they, we talked about doing the wind deal, which we're going to talk to him about here in a minute. But we were downwind doing what we should be doing, we think. And it's like those dogs don't want anything to do with this. At one time, there were 3. I ranged them. I think there were 340, and probably should have shot one.
We should have tried them.
I thought, we're going to get them in there because they perked up and listened and started kind of coming to us, but they were coming across us from our left to our right. But what I didn't realize is they weren't getting closer. I ranged them again. They were like 490, and I was like, "What in the world?" Then they were 520, and then by then it was like they were in other people's yard.
Yeah. And we had a few houses in play.
Yeah,
like that one. We saw them. They're here, and then they got over here, and it's like, golly.
Yeah,
there's a house just over there, which probably wouldn't have hit it, but
right.
You don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, for sure.
Or I dang sure don't.
I don't want to either. Yeah, that's we got to get out there again. And I don't know. The snow seems fun, seems cool to go hunt in.
It's a pain.
Yeah, it's loud to walk in,
loud.
And especially when it's frozen hard. If it thawed that day and then froze again, it's really hard to walk in. But like you said, I think they're probably seeing your shadows or seeing, and usually, not always, but generally speaking, if there's snow on, once the snow's done and passed and the clouds are open, you usually got a full moon. Oh, yeah. And it's so bright outside. Between the snow being bright enough and then reflecting the moon, yeah, it seemed like it wasn't our cup of tea.
We're kind of fighting a losing battle, and it was so cold that night.
Yeah, we got to get back out there and try.
Froze to death.
It was chilly. It was 13 that night, and the wind was blowing pretty hard.
Yeah, pretty strong north wind, like 15 mile an hour probably. We
set up
not a great night for calling in general.
4 different stands, and that's what we're going to talk about with him. Is I've blown a mouth call that night, and I've killed not near as many dogs as Levi, but I have killed a lot of dogs with the mouth call. One year I was going to tell you earlier, Levi, I killed. It was from December 1st through end of February, and it was all daytime. Of course, this is before thermals are cool, and it was all mouth call. Every bit of it was the same Johnny Stewart mouth call I have in my truck right now. I killed 13 coyotes that winter and thought I was, by golly, I thought I was Coyote Dan. I mean, like, I thought I was a real deal. And of course, that's all day hunting. I mean, of course.
That's a different deal.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot harder than not. And I'm not saying, like, I deserve a pat on the back, but I was hunting a lot, man. And I killed 2 one morning and 1 here and 1 there, and go some evenings and maybe catch an early dog that was up, early to go feed or whatever. But anyways, it was mouth calling. I was going to ask you about that. Have you ever done any mouth calling? Or
I haven't. I'm no good.
Yeah.
I believe that, like, the guys that grew up blowing duck calls and, like, they call, those guys are the ones that can run a call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You just grab one off the shelf and you try to pick it up and you go out there and you make yourself look like an idiot.
Right. I kind of have a little bit of a special ability to call. You hand me a call and I can usually figure out how to run it pretty quick.
Chaz is a good caller.
Yeah,
anything, ducks, geese, turkeys.
That's why I run an e-collar.
He can do it.
Right.
But that mouth call, it has, like, its own unique sound.
Yeah.
It sounds totally different than any electronic call. Yeah. It's like higher pitch, but also
I put like a wave in it, like it's hard to explain, but
I think that's why
penetrating.
I think that's why hand calls kill more coyotes than electronic call, and the reason why is because you can customize that call to how you want it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that with the e-collar.
For the terrain you're in or whatever. Yeah, for sure. And then, like, a lot of times if I spot a coyote and they're kind of on the whole, what is that? Then you can start toning that down a little bit, and you can, of course, you can do it with this too. I know you can turn the volume down, but you can really start, and then you put a little bit of whine in it, like, and I kind of do almost like a baby sound. And I'm talking, I've murdered a lot of coyotes with this call. It is cool, but I mean, I'm not even going to compare it to what you're doing with this. I'm sure you're on a different level, but
that's pretty cool though,
it's
and
rewarding.
It's eye opening for me because I do know I've hunted enough. I've hunted the coyotes enough. I do know there is a time of year that you can't call them in on an e-collar.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do.
Yay, maybe this will be a way you can invite me with you.
Yep.
Chaz, I need your help.
There's days, like, there is a period of time in the year that's the only thing that works.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying that it's the only thing. I guess I should rephrase that.
More success out of it, probably.
There's a lot more success out of a mouth call certain times of the years than there is an e-collar. And I've never been able to put that, figure that out, why that's like that, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the only one that believes that. There's a lot of guys that do believe that.
Right. Well, since we're talking about calls, let's just pretend for a second. Let's break this up into 3 seasons. it's all. I mean, to me, it's kind of neat just to put different scenarios here. Let's say December, the month of December, you're only allowed to use one call, and government just declared you can only have one call on your Fox Pro. What are you using?
I'm going to take a rabbit.
Rabbit? Okay.
Yep.
Cottontail distress.
Yep.
Baby cottontail or adult cottontail?
It's going to be an adult.
Okay.
Yep.
All
Either
right.
one works.
And since we're on that subject, you're at a stand, you pull up to a stand, you're setting up. Are you waiting 5 minutes before you start calling?
No.
You just call immediately.
Immediately.
Okay. And then how long is that adult cottontail series lasting? I know it always kind of depends. I'm just kind of just in a nutshell.
Just on an average?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
And then you stop for how long?
3 minutes at the top. So I don't, most of the time I don't stop. I go right into another call.
Okay.
I have learned.
So you're not even taking like a 10-second break or anything?
No.
No kidding.
No. I'm
learning right now.
I go right from a call to another call. And that's paid out for me very well until probably 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I learned that I have to put a silence in there. I have to put a pause in there and break it up. And I don't know why. And I think I know why. I think it's because, like we talked about, those coyotes have heard the same rabbit. They've heard the same Fox Pro. They've heard the same Johnny Stewart.
You're just changing up the series a little bit now.
So that's all it is,
Yeah.
is it's just keeping them fresh.
And in 2 years, you might go back to a continuous, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And it really depends on what property.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I really tried to think about how I called it the last time I was there.
Gotcha. Yep.
And I rotate them.
Yep.
So, like.
So you've got an index in your brain about what you've done here and there, too.
Yeah, I've got a really good file here where I know, like, okay, last time I was at John's place over there, I ran it consistently. Now I need to put some pauses in it, and that's me being
right,
overthinking it and being picky, which I
your
do.
Success rate's high, so
everything.
something's working.
Yeah.
So now let's move to January. Let's say January 1st to the 31st. You're only allowed one call on the Fox Pro. What are you using now?
And it ain't gonna be a rabbit.
Okay.
It's gonna be some breeding sounds.
Okay.
Yeah. January, February, March.
Is that more like challenge barks?
Yeah. I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to whip her. I'm going to yelp. I'm going to whine. I'm going to bark. I'm going to howl. Fighting. I've got some calls on my collar right there that if I played, you guys are like, there's no way that's calling coyote in. But I'm telling you right now, I'll call every coyote in around you place and your neighbors. It's an eye-opening deal. And that's also cost me. Mm-hmm. Some coyotes are not very tough. Some of them are scared. So
they don't come to the challenge. They might run away from it.
That being said, like your rabbits can cost you because they're educated. Your vocals can cost you because they're just not the dominant dog.
Mm-hmm.
And being a tournament hunter, you want to kill as many as you can. So you got to constantly be changing. To me.
Okay. So now we're February 9th here. We're in the month of February. Is it still breeding season for us? Is that what you're still going to?
Yeah.
Are you throwing any distress in there really at all as far as on a food source? Or are you just all breeding?
Yes, I will start out with a rabbit.
Okay.
And I pretty much do that all the time until spring and summer when it's warm. And that, a coyote still has to eat when it's warm too.
Right.
But they're a lot less aggressive to food in the spring and the summer. So I'll stick to more of those vocals, like those denning pups, like den sounds, stuff like that. Like that's home. Puppies whining on the tit, stuff like that. They want to eat them. They want to kill them.
Right.
Do you shoot a lot of pups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Is that like August or something or July?
July.
Okay.
I just noticed like a lot coming out in the pasture, like around the cows, like especially the little pups, like they're dumber. They're dumb. They'll be out there in the evening all the time. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, perfect.
Yeah. So this last spring, we had a stand that we walked in on, and we never even got to turn the call on. We walked in there and got to see the field, and there was 6 of them in the field. Turned the call on, and all 6 come. It's like a no-brainer. When you're playing a rabbit, most of your mature dogs will just stand there. Mm-hmm. They all come, and we killed 5 out of the 6, I think. Yeah, they're dumb. They're so much easier.
That makes it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. The success rate goes way up on that, doesn't it?
The one thing I've always wanted to do, though, talking about the coyotes den and stuff that I've never been able to do, is I'd like to catch them in the stage to where they have the pups, like, they're not got their eyes open, but they're denned up, you know, they're in a den, and it's hard to get them to come out of the den. So, like, the places we hunt, I know where some dens are, and, like, you'll turn a call on. So, like, those same seven coyotes that I was talking about that I knew was the same seven, those coyotes are so educated to a Fox Pro call, guys, that you turn a call on, and they'll run down in their den. They don't even have a pup, and they're going in their dens, you know, like, it's crazy.
Levi's here. Scram.
It's crazy.
Time to go.
Yeah. I was thinking about different calling times, different calling types. Are you finding more success? Let's just talk. First of all, let's just say this. We'll break this up in day and night. Do you do much day hunting, or is it mainly all night?
Man, I done a lot of day hunt when I was learning.
Pre-thermal
too? Pre-thermal.
Yeah.
Pre-thermal, I don't. That's all I did.
Right. Because it's under the impression, I mean, I know this is a dub, but we're all under the impression that dogs are feasting at night and mating at night.
Yeah. They're nocturnal.
Yeah, nocturnal. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry. So now we're in the night mode. Would you say you like to be on call like right at sundown? Or are you waiting until like 9 o'clock? Are you wanting to stop at 3 a.m? Like what's some kind of time frames? Like, all right, boys, it's kind of pretty much over by now.
That's a very interesting question because they are not patternable.
Okay.
They're not.
You just got to put the time in.
We can go tonight, and this is how it is. There's no question about it. You can go tonight, and all the coyotes that you call in is going to be from the time it gets dark till midnight. You can go tomorrow night and do the same thing, and you won't call in a single coyote or see one. But from midnight till daylight, you'll kill them. There is a period. There's like a 6 or 7 hour period at nighttime that they shut off. They go to sleep. They do their thing. And then the other times at night, they're active and they're doing their deal. That's one thing I've learned.
But what period that is, you don't really know.
You don't know.
Okay.
It's every day. So like in the winter, spring, summer, seasonal does not matter.
You think it's based on the barometric pressure or anything like deer? You think it's probably something like that?
It probably has something to do with the barometric pressure. I've listened to a lot of podcasts of guys talk about barometric pressure and trying to pattern coyotes and stuff like that, and it's pretty much non-doable. There's guys that I listen to that's done all these different studies and everything, and you can't.
No one's
coyotes do what they do.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to do the same thing at the same time all the time.
Yeah. Got you. That's interesting.
Deer are patternable to a point.
Yeah.
Coyotes aren't.
Certain seasons and.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Coyotes are patternable. Like if you see one coming off of your place, going to your neighbor's, there's a really good chance he's going to come through that same place
he's
again
take that same path.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
And then unless you're disturbing him, nothing's going to change. But when you throw the mix of guys coming in with thermals and e-collars, it all changes.
Yeah.
So they're different. I mean, there's been times where you're like, man, tonight we're going to load them up. And you'll go, and it's everything you can to kill a coyote. And then there's something, the next night you'll go and you'll kill 6, and it's not any different than the night before.
Yeah.
The weather's the same, the wind's the same, the barometric pressure's the same. It's just like, wow, what happened? What's the difference?
Just being coyotes.
It's kind of like pigs, Pigs are non-patternable.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get a group,
ain't kidding.
You get a group coming in on a deer pile, you might be able to pattern them for a few days, but once you bust them out,
4.
they're done.
Yeah. You're right.
Seems like just when you get them patterned, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go in there and kill them, and then you don't see them for 2 weeks, or they come in at midnight or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you ever used any deer sounds to hunt coyotes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very successful.
Okay.
Like fawn distress or?
Right now, the coyotes are wanting the deer right now.
Yeah.
So food is a priority this week. Since the snowstorm, they're very aggressive with food. I don't know about y'all's trail cameras, but my trail cameras, all the deer are getting ran off by coyotes.
Yeah, mine too right now.
You play a fawn and distress sound going into the spring, first of the spring, like right before them does start having them babies. It's an eye-opening deal, boys. You'll kill them.
I have one of the little Primos, the little green cans,
Mm-hmm.
just
there's no telling how many coyotes I've killed off of them just in deer season, deer hunting.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, play that, coyotes gonna come, and bobcats.
Yep.
I'll be dang. Do you ever finish with a mouse squeaker? You big on those? I know a lot of guys like those for finishing.
I do not finish with a mouse squeaker, but I do have a dog chew toy that I've cut open, and I carry the squeaker out of that. Oh, yeah. I rely on that a lot.
Sometimes it helps a dog that's hung up.
I've called them in with it. A dog that was hung up, I've called them squeaking. I've called them in. I've got them the rest of the way in like that. I've also, number one reason why I use it is stopping the dog. You know, they're out there 350, and you busting them out of the field, and they're running off. You hit that squeaker about 4 times as loud as you can, they're going to look. They're going to stop and give you enough time to shoot at them.
Right.
Well, without that, you just waiting on them to stop. They're not stopping.
Right. Yeah. They never quit, it seems like.
If you had to throw a dart at your best time of day, like you've killed more coyotes at 10 p.m. or 2 a.m., what would you say? I mean, I know you said they're kind of unpredictable, but if you had to throw a dart at it, what would it be?
If I was going to put my money on it, like if I was going to say, if I have to kill a coyote
at this
to get paid at this time, it's going to be right at dark.
Okay.
Right at the evening. Yeah.
So that could be 5:30 in December.
Or first thing in the morning.
Right at daylight.
That transition is light.
Yep.
That's when it's going to be.
Coming out of den and going back to den, more than likely. Yep.
100%.
If they haven't had their nap or whatever.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. And then if you had to throw at a calendar and you wanted your dart to land on the day, is that December? Is it November? Is it February?
I think it's January.
January? Okay.
Yeah, end of January, 1st February. That last week of January, first week of February, that's where it changes for me. It's like
so this past few weeks have been prime.
It's turned on.
Yeah.
Is that like kind of when they're, I don't know what you'd call it as far as coyote terms, like pre-rut for like
it is
like where they're seeking, like,
I've never thought
where they're cruising.
I've never really thought of it like that, but yes, you're right. That's what it is, because that's what they're doing. They're up on their feet and they're looking for their next their female. Especially if you hunt as much as we do on the same places and you kill as many dogs, them things are constantly looking for a mate because you're constantly killing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think animals in general, they care about sex and food, and that's sex, food, and shelter, and that's about it.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, up until about 2 weeks ago, you could drive around our places and not see a coyote at all during the daytime. Right now, they'll get 50, 60 yards from a truck with while you're feeding cattle, and that's what it is. It's just curiosity. They're looking for that female. They're wanting their mate.
I'd say that's probably that January time period is when they're most active on my trail cameras. Just coming by corn piles. I mean, you constantly see them. Like they'll come in there and they'll take a piss in your corn pile, or they'll be cruising in the background.
Yeah.
The hardest time for me to kill a coyote is during den season. Yeah, that's the hardest time. They don't. I'm just telling you, it takes
as far as extremely cold weather. Is that what you're saying, or
no? Just it takes a different person to run in a call to get them off the den. They don't want to leave it. And
when is that season you're saying?
July, April, May,
oh, okay, gotcha.
After they're bred and
now when them pups hit the ground, it's hard to call them in.
Okay, so they're staying real close with their family or their pups. Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll just go ahead and take an extra step and say most of the dogs that you're going to kill during that time is going to be males.
Okay.
You'll hardly ever kill a female unless she's never bred.
Okay.
And then if she doesn't have a pup, you can kill her, but if they've got pups, you ain't killing them.
So you're hardly ever going to kill a female with milk on her?
No.
Yeah, gotcha.
That doesn't happen.
She's just hanging tight.
It's funny you say that. I never saw an actual. You'll see like a domestic dog with big tits but you don't see a coyote like that. It's funny you say that.
Because, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense because the male is there to provide. He's supposed to catch the food and bring the food back to the den to the female and the pups. Now, don't get me wrong. There's times where females leave the den, but what I mean by leave the den is they're not traveling 700-800 yards to a Fox Pro.
Right.
Yeah.
They might leave the den and go 100-150 yards, just to
Eat a rabbit.
just to do something.
Get a drink of water.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean by leaving the den.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not interested in what's out there as far as
Yeah,
running to it.
As far as calling them in and killing them, that's impossible.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's back to gear, just as far as fitting a guy to this, predator toolbox. I know a tripod in today's times with running thermals and stuff, a tripod has become very,
very big.
Very big. Yeah, and it's very something we definitely need. It's a necessity for sure. I'm not saying you can't kill a dog holding your gun up on your arm or using a Primo stick, but locking down in a tripod and having the ability to look at a call, run a call, mouth call, it's basically having another guy there to hold your gun in a sense is all it really is. But tell me, you run a Fat Boy, is that correct? Is that what the brand is?
I do run. That's a Fat Boy. Okay. I have both. I run a Bog and a Fat Boy.
Mm-hmm. How important is the tripod to you?
Very.
Okay.
Number one.
Yeah.
I say everything is number one.
Yeah, you need a gun, I guess, too.
Range finder, scope,
But it's high up there.
It's top majority. Yeah, it's top of the list.
Yeah.
You got to have one. I've missed more coyotes because I didn't have one than I should have.
Yeah.
I know I didn't have mine the other night, and I borrowed your shooting stick or your bipod, whatever it was.
You can get by, but it's not the same.
Oh, yeah. It's not hands-free for one.
Right.
Your gun's not locked in it. And it was 13 degrees, and I was like, had it wedged in between my cheek and my shoulder, and I've got my hands in my pocket and just kind of scanning. I'm like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's about to fall over. And I'm not very steady either.
Yeah.
Not compared to that.
Right.
So, like, that rifle right there, it has hit the ground pretty hard. I got out of the truck one time and set that thing up, and I didn't have it on level ground. And I just let go, and the gun tipped forward, and it fell over. And surprisingly enough, I picked it up and killed a coyote. So, tripod's where it's at.
Yeah, gotta have one.
That's the only time I've ever dropped a gun. But usually, you can just set it down and turn around, and you don't have to worry about it. It's there, It's and I can't kill nothing without a rest, so I got to have a rest.
I'm about the same way.
Especially when you do stuff like that, and you put a chassis and everything on them, it makes them heavier, and you're not freehanding a 20-pound rifle.
Right. Yeah.
For about a second, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
How important is the suppressor to you? Because to me, they're very important.
Very, very important. And the reason
especially
why
getting those second and third shots, would you agree?
That's why.
Yeah.
They don't know where it comes from.
Right.
And
most time they're running to you because the bullet hits behind them somewhere.
That's what I was fixing to say. I'm like, for some reason, ever since we've been running suppressors, whenever they spook, majority of the time they're running to you, and it's weird. But that's how it works.
Yeah, so they what I understand as far as hogs and stuff too, like they hear the bullet hit behind them, and they're just kind of look away and they trot. And the only way obviously wherever a bullet came from is where they're running to because the bullet just hit behind them. So they're trotting straight to you, not kind of to you, but usually right to you. Yeah. Kind of trotting, looking back is because they don't know what just hit there. And you have this wall, and I understand suppressors a little bit. A suppressor creates a wall cloud of a noise that they can't pinpoint the actual muzzle. So not only do they not know where the sound come from, they know it could have been that direction, but all they know is whatever just hit that rock back there was really loud, and I'm getting away from that. So that's why and I was telling actually somebody today, like, there's been times I'll come up on 3 or 4 hogs, and I'll just shoot over them the first shot to get them to run to me, and then I can start just mowing them down.
Really?
Yeah, because if you shoot that first one and they hear the actual thump of the actual hog, they're all running away from that thump. So you can try it sometime like in a field. If you shoot over the first hog and just like especially if there's a little hill behind them, you can get that bullet to hit behind them. The rest of them are just coming right to you.
I've never done that.
Oh yeah, it's wild, and that's why I think suppressors are very important. I might think a suppressor is as important as a thermal itself. Honestly, I'd almost rather try to be looked through a regular scope and have a suppressor than not have one. So
I'll tell you this: since suppressors, I cannot be around people that do not have.
Oh, it's so aggravating.
It's very very annoying.
They're like, come over and shoot your guns, shoot rifles, target practice, whatever. You get down there and there's like 2 of them that don't have a suppressor, and
just runs the whole day.
Just get in a truck. It's like
exactly. I'm not going to pay for hearing aids later because you're too tight to buy a suppressor. Yeah. Their suppressors are bad to the bone. I mean,
it's a game changer.
It really is, and it just increases that follow up shot. Or you got 3 dogs or 2 dogs, you can pop one of them and hit a cup I always on my mouth call I go straight into like a coyote yelp. I mean like a wounded coyote, yeah. And that suppressor allows you to get that second, third shot because it's one thing to stop the dog with the right call, but man, if they can pinpoint where they just came from, they might not stop. And
they're not.
They're just going to run. But if you can get them to
once they got you pinpointed, they're gone.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah, or you're done, I should say. Yeah.
Or once they figure out you're not real.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that was a caller the whole time. For sure. What would you say is, as far as gear that you think is a must? Give me, and this is we kind of already went over this, but just what are 5 top things to you to kill to be able to be a successful coyote hunter?
It's well, I mean, my top 5 things is a rifle, suppressor, thermal, and a call, and a tripod. But I mean, without hand warmers and gloves and being comfortable, boys, that's
right.
Miserable. So
right.
There's a lot of things. I mean, I don't know.
You know, I've been kind of setting this up for this next question. Chance and I were talking about this, and we were talking with you about it. One thing we haven't heard you mentioned, and there's a reason, is scent control. You know, it's deer hunters. It's all about scent control, quiet gear. I mean, we wear some of the sickest stuff that's like completely like almost noise-free, noise-canceling. But there's a reason you haven't mentioned scent control. Because, I mean, I think the average coyote hunter might have been like, man, without my, scent blocker jacket or without, spraying my scent down, because they're always worried about getting busted. But for the viewers, tell us how you're approaching and tackling a coyote hunt. You're getting ready to blow people's minds. So people's
going to laugh, and they're going to be like,
that's
you're
fine.
Crazy. But I'm 100% setting up downwind of them. I want them to know, or I mean upwind of them, yeah. I want them to know, like, all right, it's not that I want them to know, like, I don't want them to know that I'm there, but I have learned that if you set up downwind, 90% of the time they come in behind you. And what they're doing is they're circling you, trying to get downwind. And I don't know if you guys have ever watched a coyote like running across the field at night that's been spooked. Like you're calling him and you spook him, or he's coming to the call. He runs to the point to where he gets straight downwind. And at that moment that he gets straight downwind, he makes one decision, and it's either he locks up and stops or turns and comes to the call because he has not smelt you, or he grabs another gear.
Right.
Typically. And I've just learned that if you do that, if you set up like that, most of the time they're going to come around you. They're going to circle you. Well, a lot of times everybody sets up and they're all looking the same direction, which my number one deal is like when I'm coyote hunting, I want people looking, and if there's 3 guys there, I want them looking in 3 directions,
Yeah. And
a lot of guys don't want to do that because you walk into a place and you're like, oh, them coyotes are coming from there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants to look down there. Well, most of the time, them coyotes will come from there, but you didn't see them. They come up around, circled around.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, dang, I didn't see a coyote. You pick your call up and you're walking back to the truck and there's a coyote between you and the truck. And you're like, now how did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, after about 15 times of getting fooled like that, you get tired of that. And it's like, all right, this time we're going in and I want the wind blowing right to them. And then it just become more successful that way.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
So what you're doing is you're preventing a dog from getting behind you and without ever seeing them.
Yep.
And trying to go smell you, and then they smell you, then they leave, and they never provided a shot.
Right.
Whether that was 100 yards, 200 yards, 400 yards, who knows? But it never provided a shot because of the wind location.
Yep.
And I think the mindset here, now that, when I first heard this, I thought to myself, Levi's crazy. I'm not sure my whole life I've hunted, just like deer, and this sounds more like ducks. We're hunting with the wind now. But I think what you're doing is providing this mindset that coyote has plenty of time to come eat that rabbit, or to come breed that dog, or to come check on that fawn. So if he has plenty of time, then he's going to do what's in his best interest. And if that means walking another 3/4 mile around you to make sure it's safe to come in on, because they make a living by staying alive.
Yes.
So if you think of that mindset, even if it takes him, instead of a 3-minute set, if it takes him 24 minutes to do it or whatever, you have just reversed that on him. You've kind of played Uno reverse card on him, and like, well, I'm already at your upwind side, so go ahead and come smell me. But show yourself at 350 yards. I'm going to put a bullet right in your head.
Yeah, and that's the deal. That's the deal. With the technology that we have now, all they got to do is show themselves.
Right.
And that's all it is you just need that 3 seconds.
You just need a heat signature and a range real quick.
Yeah, that was for one. You need an identification.
Yeah.
But you're definitly right. It's
you're basically playing chess while these coyotes are playing checkers.
If you set up upwind or downwind from them like that, most of the time they're going to have you busted before you get a shot opportunity. Mm-hmm. There's just the bottom line.
Because it was at your back and you never knew it in the first place.
Yep. Yeah, and even if sometimes like you do set up like that and they will come up when, they will come opposite. And that, like Chance said, pups, young coyotes, there's some coyotes that have not learned to use their nose.
Oh, yeah.
They've been,
visual hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The same thing, like your dogs, house dog, same way. Like I got a house dog that you turn the lights off and you hide from him and he'll come right to you. I got another house dog that you turn the lights off and he walks circles around that house for an hour looking for you. And it's like he'll walk by you 5 times and you're like, man, just use your nose.
Yeah.
And it's like, so coyotes, most of them use their nose.
Yeah.
That's how they stay alive.
Yeah.
And eat.
I'm telling you, when I first heard that, I can tell you where I was standing. It was inside Illinois. I looked at Kobe. I said, "Dude, what?" He said, "I don't know, man.
There ain't no way."
He said, "That's what he does. He hunts straight upwind of him." And I was like, and I know you're a successful hunter, so I was immediately all ears. I was like, "Okay, now say that one more time. What are you talking about?" I didn't. The easy thing would be like, "Well, Levi's an idiot," but I know you're good at it, so I'm like, "Hang on, say that one more time."
And the other thing that people's not really thinking of, coyotes are used to humans. Mm-hmm. They not all coyotes are scared of you. So, like a farmer, you're out there feeding cattle every day.
He knows your smell.
Coyotes in the farm area, like in that type of terrain, they know. They're around people. They see people. They smell people. They're around houses. They know. You can go to different places like, the game refuge. Call in a coyote. That coyote ain't seen very many humans.
Right.
So they're all
dang sure ain't smelled your smell.
Yeah.
Right.
So like that poor coyote, you put a call up and he's coming. I mean, he's gonna come.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're all different.
Yeah. So if you gave your best advice just to the average, maybe the guy that's been hunting for 10 years that's still not very successful, or to the guy that's getting ready to start doing it, what would be your best encouragement besides just, sometimes with hunting, you just got to get out there, right? That's the big thing. You just got to get out there and find out your own mistakes. But what do you think makes you so successful versus the next guy, and what would you encourage that guy with?
Don't be scared to try something new.
Okay.
Just because you're playing these calls and you had coyotes come to these calls in the past and they've paid out for you, don't keep resorting to that same call, that same sequence. Switch it up because that's the reason why we have educated coyotes.
Right. Because we're hunting a predator that hunts for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows what he's doing.
You keep it switched up and you keep them on their toes and you have a better opportunity, I think, of getting them killed.
And when you say that switching up thing is almost night to night even, like if you're –
Yes.
I mean, if you're doing a rabbit tonight, you might try a woodpecker tomorrow night.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Just make sure it's what you're understanding.
I'm dang sure not going. I've done this and it doesn't work. I'm not going to the same places and calling the same calls.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, take it with a grain of salt because, so like tonight, if we were hunting tonight, if we go out and we make a first stand and I find a sequence right off the gate there that they like, we're playing that sequence the rest of the night.
Yeah.
We're not switching. Tomorrow, whenever daylight hits, or tonight in the morning when daylight hits, and we go tomorrow night, we got to find that whole different scenario again, or that whole different sequence.
Yeah. It's a new day.
It's a new day. And I'm not saying that it won't work again. You can, like right now, you can take a rabbit call right now with as aggressive as they are with food. You can go every night this week and kill a coyote somewhat, and every place you go probably if you got the coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
But if you keep doing that, week after week, it's going to cost you. They're going to figure it out.
What's the furthest you've ever shot a coyote?
Recorded on videos, 565 or 570.
Wow.
With that rifle.
That's a
long
and it's saying something when you're shooting a store-bought box bullet.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's why I pick Hornady.
I love Hornady as well.
You can't go wrong. They all fly good. They all shoot extremely well. Some perform as far as killing, and some don't. Some are made for match shooting. Some aren't. And that's what's crazy about that little deal. It's like a match. They call it a match round. To me, I've never gotten along real good with a match round. Like those 123s, they're a match. I don't like them. You can't. They shoot excellent, hole for hole. But
just don't kill
out of a store-bought rifle. But they just don't kill them.
Yeah.
Did that dog fold like a sack of taters when you hit it that far?
No, it was a pretty cool video.
You spin?
Yeah, like forever.
Really?
Yeah, and ran another.
Looked like a helicopter, didn't he?
Yeah, like I shot him. He was coming to a call. I called him in, and there was 3 of them. And the first one, he closed the gap like he knew that was a real rabbit. Like he knew, like there was no question about it. He was coming. And he went through multiple fences underneath gates. He done some zigzag stuff. He got completely downwind at about 125 yards and come straight, or upwind and come straight to the call. And, I mean, me and Johnny looked at each other like, what in the world? And he gets about 55, 60 yards, and he throws his head up, and he's sniffing around. And the other one finally makes up there, and we counted it down. And I said, 1, 2, 3, boom, we shoot. And at the time, I had just bought that Pulsar with the rangefinder on it, and Johnny was still running an ATN. We had rangefinders on the ATNs, but
they're built on. Yeah,
you got to buy them separate.
They're
that's a joke.
Was that a Thor 4K?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So
sorry, ATN, but if you're listening, your company's a joke.
You got to do better.
I'm just be honest with you, man. Quality customer service sucks too.
We shoot
let's just be honest on this podcast.
We shoot the 2 coyotes, and the one's just sitting out there and still sitting on his butt like he never even heard the gunshot or nothing. So I ranged him. It was like 560.
Was this suppressors?
Yeah.
Okay.
I shoot, and you hear the rifle go off, and it was like 3 seconds, and then you can hear the bullet. That's one thing that I will say with a suppressor out of a 6.5 Creedmoor, and I don't know, every rifle might do it, but the sound of that coming out of that gun and hitting a coyote out there at 400 or 500, it's unbelievable. Absolutely. That's what's addicting to me is that thump. Yeah. It's like, and it's like,
oh, I got that one.
I hit that one. Yeah. And then he starts spinning, and he takes off running, and he flips and flops, and he jumps back up, and he's spinning more, and he's biting himself. And, I mean, he did this for 150, 200 yards.
He thinks he got stung by a wasp.
Yeah, and, like, he was so far. Johnny said, "Else, shoot another one." So I shoot another one, and I don't even think I hit him. And by the time we drove to him, he was dead. But at that distance, every coyote I've shot multiple coyotes past 550, and every coyote I've shot out there like that, that's the way they are. It'll hit them, and they're going to run 50, 60 yards before they die.
Yeah.
Wow. That's something
probably on pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the knockdown power at that distance, which is nothing wrong with the 6.5. That's just any bullet. It just loses a lot of inertia. Yeah.
And you're talking about like them suppressors, like we hunted that tournament, and there was a coyote he was hung up out there at the timberline. He wouldn't come in. He was at 530, and Bubba's like, shoot him. I'm like, all right. So I range him and I shoot and I miss. Well, he does what Chaz says. He doesn't know where the bullet comes from. He runs closer. And Bubba's like, shoot him again or shoot at him again. I said, heck, he's getting closer. Let's just wait.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
He comes all the way up like 250 yards, and I shoot him.
He gone.
He gone. Got him.
What's the most coyotes you've ever killed in a evening?
One night?
Yeah.
7.
No kidding. That's wow.
7 in one night. Could have done a lot better. But
what's the most
we didn't hit everything we shot at that night.
Yeah. What's the most you ever killed like in a tournament? Like a 24-hour tournament? Because you might get 2 nights that way is what I'm getting at.
I think it's 6 or 7.
Okay, yeah. That's impressive, though. You're talking about a guy that I killed 13 in 2 months. Thought I was Les Johnson. You ever watch Les Johnson Predator Quest back in the day?
Yeah.
That's
Predator
how I
Quest
learned.
Was a good show.
So that's how just listening to him, watching that show. That's how I learned the mouth call.
Yep.
He would do those little whines and those little you almost picture that sound wave just looking like just like a roller coaster,
like a shark.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So I kind of not mastered that, not like he was, but man, there's a time I thought I was Chaz Truhill with Predator Quash. That's how he taught. This is Les Johnson with Predator Quash.
I remember he always had the cool camo.
Oh, dude, he was sponsored by the eyes on it. He was sponsored by Nico Sterling.
Was that the Howa guy?
And Howa Axum.
Yeah,
he's like, this week I'm shooting the Howa Axum 204 Ruger.
You had a Howa, didn't you?
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
Yeah, I figured that's why.
Yeah. And I wanted an Axum so bad. It was before these were even cool. It was people that
Howa was everything a kid wanted back then.
Dude. I mean, that Les Johnson and I, man, he didn't even know how close we were. We were best friends, and he never even met me.
Yeah, they were making the
chassis stuff.
The chassis stuff before it was cool.
Yeah, I remember I was going to order one through Larry when he owned the store still, and he's like, "You want to order that stupid thing?" I mean, he kind of I was like, "Well, I guess not. No, I don't know." He made me feel like an idiot because it was before that was cool. I mean, that was a dumb idea. I mean, to him or probably to anybody else in the world, but me, you, and Les Johnson, the only three people in America that I think wanted one. Yeah. So
I'll tell you another thing that would be cool talking about stuff like that. An AR chambered in 243.
Oh yeah,
and that'd be cool.
We've ordered a couple through here.
If you could get those things to cycle right.
Yes, that's a problem.
For sure.
Man,
so my Model 7, it's a Model 7 Predator. It's the all camo Remington, and it's a 243, and I run suppression on it with a Vortex Razor, and dude, I've killed so many coyotes. I think I'll tell you, and this is no lie, I've only missed one coyote with it ever.
Yep.
And it was about 360 or 370. He was loping over a hill, and I missed him. No, I lied to you. Let me back to that. I've only missed one coyote that was an actual open up shot. Like there he is, put the the bipod down. This before tripods even, and missed him straight up. But I missed a second coyote one time. Me and Matt Petty were walking into a place to call, and came up over a hill, and he grabbed my shoulder and pulled me down. He's like, 2 coyotes right there in the field. And I was like, what? And he goes, man, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they're locked up. And I was like, no way. So I pull my Caldwell bipod out and get it on the ground, and we start inching up this little ravine, and we get over where we can see them down this field, and sure enough, they're locked up. And by this time, you watch the male turn off of her, and he's still locked in her, and he's got his head hung down, just he's kind of whining, and she's pulling on him. I mean, and I wish I'd have thought things through a little better. I'd have shot her first. But, so I mean, he's big old male. So I take it off safety and smoke him, and of course this is a little vulgar, but he goes limp, obviously, and she takes off running. And she's running, wide jack on him, and sorry to spit, I rolled her. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. She's running. And I could not believe I rolled her. And all of a sudden she stands up and takes off running. So I don't know if the vapor trail rolled her. I mean, I'm going to call it a miss.
That is weird.
I'm going to tell you it was a miss, I guess, because I never found her. She ran off as far as you could see. I shot at her again, didn't hit her. But that's the only actual coyote I've ever missed up until I shot this other one at 360 some and just whiffed on him. But this Model 7 Predator and this is what I went ahead and went with. Actually, Larry and Laramie both talked me into buying this over the Axum. And I got you. At the time, I was like, boy, I don't know. That Axum's pretty cool. And Laramie was like, you need to buy this gun. It's super cool. But anyways, 243, back to that. That's a heck of a round, man.
Yeah, it's an all-around.
It really is.
All around.
I've shot a deer with it. Only one, I think. My boy has shot a deer with it. My wife has shot a deer with it, and I've shot, I don't know, maybe
a lot of stuff,
maybe 100 coyotes or more. I mean, and I'm telling you, I think I've only legit missed one time, and then the other one was like me as a running dog. I mean, I just threw it up on one leg of the bipod and thought I'd try it, and she rolled and got up. I don't know if I took her nose off or I remember leading her about a foot probably. I mean, it happened really quick, but going back to that big male, man, he was a giant. Like, I mean, this dog might have weighed 70 or 80 pounds. I'm not kidding you. I mean, maybe that's big. I don't know. He may weigh 60 or something, but he was big. I mean, a big old dog. You could distinctly tell the difference in two of them. And after it all happened, and Petty was like, why didn't you shoot her first? That'd been so cool. Watch him drag her around everywhere. And I was like, oh, my God, never even thought of it.
Thought of that, yeah.
It just, you see this giant dog. He kind of had the mane. Someone had like a good neck mane kind of, and he was pretty. Yeah. And I was actually going to mount him and left him in the freezer for a couple of years and never did, like everybody does. Yeah,
I've done that.
But anyways, that was 243 is a great round. And my daytime gun's still that gun. It's in my truck right now. But
that's what I grew up shooting coyotes with. My dad bought a Remington 700. One of them it was like a $350 rifle at the time. You could buy the youth model with the scope at Walmart, and Dad bought it, and I killed thousands of coyotes with that thing growing up.
243 is a great round.
Lots of coyotes.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal round.
What's a big dog weigh? Like, do you know, like, one that you've killed? I mean, is it like 60 pounds, 50 pounds?
You know, that's something
because I honestly
don't know.
I've never weighed one, but
I've never weighed them either.
Like, I've killed some pretty good ones and seen some on camera that look like freaking wolves.
The only time I've weighed a coyote was, most of the time people, you know, they have these predator hunts and these coyote hunts and everything, and they want to do these 4-dog stringers, these heavy 4 dogs or whatever, 5 or whatever it is. I try to steer away from those. I don't like them.
You want to do like most dogs?
I want numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am, like, on either fishing or gigging. Like,
but that last little deal,
I show the real talent here, not just get lucky and kill a big one.
Yeah. That's been my whole thing behind all of it is, like, I got buddies that won't even hunt a hunt because of it. They're like, anybody can get lucky and kill 4 big dogs. It takes a real hunter to kill the numbers.
Yeah.
And I agree there. I'm like, I don't like the tournaments, but like those dogs, we weighed all them dogs. They weighed 35 to 40 pounds.
Okay.
And I thought, man, we're going to get our butts whipped. These guys are going to be bringing in 50-pound, 60-pound dogs, you know. And we got second. And so it's like, man, to me, that's like an eye-opening deal. It's like the average dog around here is 35, 40 pounds.
Yeah, I think that's a good average, yeah. I've weighed a couple before. I've killed some 30-pound and 40-pound dogs, but like I said, this one, I said 70 or 80 joking, but I backed up and said, you know, probably 50 or 60-pound dog. He was a big male, but I think if you kill a 60-pound coyote, you've probably done something around here. Yeah. I would say. I mean, but I think a good average is probably 35 to 40, 45.
I've seen them. Like, I've seen people post pictures of them on the internet, like up in like north, like South Dakota and stuff like that. They weigh 70, 75 pounds up there.
They're about like a wolf, then, aren't they?
They're big.
Now, wolf will, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they'll get over 100, won't they? Some of them?
Oh, yeah.
Golly, that's unreal, dude.
Way over.
Could you imagine one of those jumping on you?
Yeah, they're huge. They'll be like as big as this table.
Man, that's
like
unreal.
They're long.
They're ginormous. Like, they'll be taller than me. You know.
Wow.
They'll be like 7 foot long.
I met a guy on my moose hunt who was also moose hunting. He drew a trifecta tag. Super cool guy. His name's Nate Miller, and we talked about him I think a little bit on the last podcast. But he sells. I might even said this on there. I'm sorry if I did. I just told the story to Jerry Rush too, so I'm not sure if I said it here or there. But if you heard it already, I'm sorry. Fast forward. But he sells wolf pelts for anywhere from $1,600 to $2,000.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, and he traps them all the time. He'll come up on a trap line, and there may be he had a picture of like 4 like coyote colored ones, all the same color, all like in one trap picture. I mean, just 4 traps, you know, together, and they're all just sitting there, just look mad. I mean, just one foot in the trap, just like, oh, this is real funny. Hurry and take your picture, man.
Yeah.
And the next picture was 3 black ones, all 3 the same color.
Cool.
It was really cool. He's like, man, these are my 2 favorite trap moments ever, and this is all the, you know, just pale color, whatever you want to call them, and these are all black. But yeah, those things, I didn't realize they got that big. I mean, I knew they were over 100, but I didn't know how big they really got. But
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I saw something on. Let me see if I can find it. It was on Facebook, probably a week or 2 ago. It was something to do with like the population of coyotes in the U.S. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, and it said Oklahoma had 2,000.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Yeah, he was saying that a while ago when you were using the restroom.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. 2,000. I was like,
how do they come up with that stupid number?
I don't know. Texas says 860,000. Then Oklahoma's down at the end 2,000.
Texas may have 10 million.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I've killed a pretty good jag of coyotes just deer hunting. I was like, 10 guys do that. I mean, you're at 2,000 pretty fast.
No kidding. Yeah, I don't understand that.
That's what I was telling him. I was like, we killed 200, 250 coyotes off of one 700-acre property. You can't tell me Oklahoma's only got 2,000 coyotes.
Yeah.
Right.
200,000 is what they meant.
Yeah, and I killed 30% of them off 700 acres. I don't think so.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you have any coyotes mounted? Have you mounted anything cool or pelts or anything?
Pelts.
Yeah.
I got some coyote pelts. I've never mounted a coyote. I've only killed one coyote worth mounting. I killed a black coyote when I was
going to ask you that about next. Yeah.
Yep. I've killed one black coyote, and I was young enough. My dad regrets it to this day. Like, oh man, that was stupid. I don't know why I didn't mount that for you. But back then, it wasn't. Nobody really thought it was cool.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Do you have that pelt though?
I don't.
Oh, you don't even have the pelt. No kidding.
No.
This dog you just threw in the ditch afterwards, huh?
I threw him on the back of a feed truck and took him to the house, and I wasn't old enough to be driving, but I drove him into the house, and my dad got in the truck, and we drove him to where we was living, to a different place. My grandpa was there. My dad said, yeah, Levi killed a black coyote over there at the farm. And he said, he walked over and he looked at it, and it had a little white spot in the middle of its chest about the size of $50. And my grandpa didn't even think twice about it. He said, that ain't no coyote, that's a dog. He turned around and walked off. My dad said, well, throw that thing in the ditch, let's go. So,
yeah, I'll be dang. You have any pictures of it?
I do. I have them on a them cameras you used to take a picture and take the whole camera to the Walmart. Yeah. I have a picture of it somewhere.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
People didn't really mount a whole lot of stuff back then. I mean,
I've got
a big deer maybe, but like as far as like coyotes and bobcats and foxes, and otters and beavers.
I do know where 2 of them are at though, alive, right now. And I've been trying everything I can to kill them, and it's been tough.
I heard this same thing from a young kid just the other day here in L&L. He knows where one's at. They've been trying to kill.
Yeah,
I won't mention his name, but yeah.
He's probably the same coyote.
Probably.
It's not very far out of town.
Be kind of cool to see that killed. Do you have any cool trips planned for a predator hunt, or any kind of dream hunt you've always got? Wanted to go to South Dakota to call, or anything like that you would like to try to accomplish? Because it's kind of cool when you say it on air. I mean, you gotta kind of hold yourself accountable. Then that's why me and Chance are doing these hunts now.
I don't really. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to go to Kansas and other states to hunt the coyotes, just to experience the different situation. But I don't have any dream hunts. I'm too busy doing.
You're just content right here killing them in the backyard.
Yeah.
So I get to go. Actually, I'm going this spring break this year again. But you remember Parker Warner? Yeah. So he's got a pretty nice place down in Texas. His wife's family does, and killing coyotes out of helicopters something you ought to put on your bucket list.
Dude, what's that cost? Sign me up.
I'm telling you, he's the type of guy that just says, come on down. But
I'm still waiting on that call, Parker.
If you're listening, Parker, you got to hook us up.
Yeah, what about the days we ran around in high school together, Parker? Give me a call.
Dude, it is fun. The last time I went I guess it was last spring break. I've been probably, I've probably done it 6 to 8 times, something like that. And last time I went, I killed 14 hogs and 7 coyotes.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was so fun, man. And it's you only get to fly for about an hour and a half. I mean, it's a quick little deal, but
that's wild.
I mean, his
crazy.
father-in-law owns the helicopter. It's pretty awesome. So
you shoot them with a shotgun or
shotguns
AR?
On coyotes and ARs on hogs.
Really?
Yeah. He'll say like coyote to the left. And you switch out guns and grab a shotgun, just because it's not real easy shooting one with the AR. I tried it and it's tough, dude. They're just constantly just moving. Oh man, they'll see you. They'll like make eye contact with you. And they see you hanging out the window. They're immediately just dodge and turn around on 180 and go back the other way, go underneath something real fast, jump over something. They look like a show dog out there. So a shotgun's about your only option. And you may kill one of the first shot signs. It may take you 7 shots to hit one. They're a pain in the butt to shoot at.
I got you.
Yeah, but the hogs you can kind of push them with the helicopter and get push them. He'll turn out helicopter sideways and get behind him, just start mowing down from the back, and you shoot through the whole herd.
So how high would you say you are?
Oh, I'd say you're I wouldn't say treetop there because you'd be about 10 foot off the ground because their trees are pretty short. But you're probably treetop here. I'd say you're probably anywhere from 30 to 60 feet off the ground most of the time.
So like
his father-in-law is an unbelievable pilot. I mean, he can put that helicopter wherever you want it.
Do they gather cattle and stuff?
Oh yeah, that's the main reason they have it. Yeah, and that's what we're actually doing. They fly every morning, almost every. Sometimes they don't get to if the helicopter's down or if it's being serviced or if they're out of town, but they try to fly every morning. And that's part of what we're doing. We're also checking cattle. So he'll see that there's 60 over here in this lot, and then he'll fly over here and make sure there's 58 like there was the other day. And
gotcha.
And then hey, hogs over here to the right, hogs to the right. And he'll turn the helicopter around and he might tell Parker, hey, don't forget, we're at 53 with those mamas right over there when he counts those last few here in just a minute. Let's go kill these hogs real quick. And it's fun.
That'd be fun.
But I would tell people all the time, to them, and if Parker's listening, he's probably rolling his eyes, but to them it's like it's just another day.
Oh yeah, they do it every day, no big deal.
And I'm back there I've done it, like I said, 6, 7, 8 times, and I'm back there. My mind's blown every time I'm doing it. I can't even hardly think straight. I'm just out of body experience, and they're up there talking about Texas Tech baseball and blah blah blah. I need to run to the grocery store here in a little bit, and I'm over like hogs, and they're like, oh yeah, right over here to your left. But anyways, I got to pick up some bread and milk, and it's just another day to them. I mean, yeah, it is super cool though. If you ever get a chance to do that should be on the bucket list.
Fun.
Yeah.
And Parker's telling me about the big deer that they jump up.
Oh, dude.
He's like, man, we jumped up a good one the other day.
I'm talking.
He's like,
giants.
this thing was like this wide, and he's 180 or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, he's just going nuts, and then he just dives off into
canyon,
mesquite thicket.
Yep.
I was just like, that's pretty cool.
Do they have deer hunts up there?
Oh yeah, his father-in-law kind of subs that out to a guide, and they kind of guide on the whole acreage, which is a large spread. But man, those Texas deer, like, they're exactly what you think of when you think of a Texas deer. They're 21 to 24 inches wide, and they dump out real hard, and they got those G2s that lean over like a.
And most of them probably chocolate horn.
Yes, yeah. And those G2s, like the wind blew them over. I mean, everything they're just
studs.
Golly, dude,
they're awesome looking.
They're so awesome. But
are those the guns in the helicopter? You said you switched them out. Are they strapped in?
Nope, they just so you have a.
So you're just leaned out.
Yeah, you wear like a 1970s Chevy looking seatbelt.
The gun's not on the strap.
No, you just hold it. Yeah, you have a little seatbelt look like it came out of a 1970s pickup truck, and we clip that little thing together, and you think, ooh, and you just put your foot outside I usually put my foot on the rail, and I'll pull it back in if it gets a little cold. Even on a July morning, it might be a little chilly when you're flying 80 mile an hour at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, but when you get to see them, you'll throw your foot out there on the just like Forrest Gump. I told somebody that night, you feel like that song's like, that's how you feel. But you'll switch out guns. Now, if there's a passenger here, you have the gun hunt set between you, but it's just on the bench seat. Your shotgun's right there. Shoot a coyote, put it back down, grab that yard, shoot a hog. It's fun.
Wow. Have you been in a helicopter, Chance?
I think.
Did you do a Branson ride or something? Maybe
I
can see that.
We went to do one at the Hoover Dam, but we didn't go on it. I feel like I did go on one like in elementary school or middle school at some type of school function or something. They took us up and basically just flew around the lake or something and brought us right back down. But not in my adult life.
So we went to Alabama and got married down there, and one of the deals that she wanted to do while we were down there was take a helicopter ride over the Pensacola and South Alabama, or Alabama right there, and go over the beach and everything. All right, yeah, we can do this. So we get in this helicopter, and we're sitting side by side, and this thing, I'm expecting there to be room in there, and it's like you're cramped, it's a little bitty. And they take off, and we get up in the air, and we're flying around. And I look down at the ocean, I can see like dolphins, and I'm sure there's sharks and everything. Yeah, everything. There's big fish down there swimming. And we're flying over the ocean, and that helicopter's just rocking the whole time and shaking and vibrating, and I'm thinking, man, this is not fun. I cannot wait to get back to the ground. So is it like that in his helicopter? Yeah. Like you're constantly...
I'm surprised you can even get in one.
Yeah, they make me a little bit sick.
Because you get car sick in the truck.
I have to really pay attention when I'm doing the whole time. I'll constantly be looking around his head, just seeing where we're flying. And of course, your door's open, so you get a lot of fresh air, and you can kind of look.
That probably helps.
You can lean out, but the problem is you have headsets on like this with the mic, and he'll be like, "Cover your mic, please." He'll tell you that over and over because it's like the whole time. You have to. So you'll hold your chin like this, and you're like, "Hey, I got a hog right here." And I'd like try to tuck it down in my shirt when I'm out because you lean out to shoot, and it picks up all the noise, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But man, it's so fun. It's awesome. And Jess and I did a Grand Canyon helicopter tour. That was really cool. I mean, you're on top of 20 foot over the land, and all of a sudden the bottom drops out, and it's a mile deep. It's wild.
That's cool.
And they just drop into it. Whew, it's wild. That guy he put on a little show in helicopters. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. Aaron Holcomb told me one time. Do you know Aaron very well?
Yeah, I know him.
He said he's a pilot.
Yeah,
he has a little Cessna.
Airplane.
Oh yeah. He said, I said, you ever been in a helicopter? He said, no, I don't have much desire to get in one of them. I said, and I'm thinking, I'm talking to a pilot, and he tells me this.
Yeah.
I said, why not? He's like, well, little thing on the top, if it quits spinning, you go down like a brick. He's like, he said, on my plane, that little thing up in front, if it quits spinning, we can glide that sucker somewhere. He told me that after about my third trip at parking. I was like, man, that's okay. I'm kind of not wanting to do that anymore. Like, if this guy's a pilot, he can tell me it's not a good idea. And every time I get in one of those things, they're dangerous.
Very.
I mean, your rudder goes out, you spin out of control until you hit. If your top prop goes out,
and it's amazing. It's amazing to me watching like guys like Parker's father-in-law, them pilots like that gather cattle with them. Dude, they're dipping in and out, flipping, spinning. Dude. There's 20, 30 feet above a tree at this moment, and then the next thing you know, they're 100 up.
Absolutely.
It's just like, I mean, they're doing everything but rolling that thing on its side and everything else.
And he can flat fly one. If you're watching his feet and his joystick, I mean, he's just constantly moving. It's wild. I try not to even pay attention. I just look outside. And
So I got a story about a buddy of mine. He was shooting. They were doing them competition shoots, and he was shooting out of a helicopter, and they were shooting them targets. And he had an AR. And I guess, is there a accelerator or decelerator pedal in them helicopters or something?
Maybe a throttle or something.
There's some kind of hand throttle or something, but he was shooting the target, and his brass ejected out of the rifle and landed in between, the throttle or whatever. And that pilot was having a heck of a time.
God, I can imagine.
He said that was the only time he'd been in a helicopter, and he said he was scary. Scary.
God.
He was
That'd be my luck.
I couldn't imagine that.
It's not for everybody. I'll tell you that. But I've always think to myself, like, if this is how I'm gonna go down, let's get it.
Yeah,
because this is the funnest day ever. It is pretty cool. You guys ought to try to do it sometime.
Love to.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Any other tips you'd give a new predator hunter or well, we covered a lot of stuff. And the guys, don't think for a second.
After it.
What's that?
Stay after
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
You can always learn. I learn every day. They fool me all the time.
Right.
Even when I think I got them. Like I can go into a place and I'm like, I know where they're at. I got these figured out. No, they'll fool you.
Well, they're smart animals, aren't they?
They are smart.
I mean, dogs in general are smart. Just your house dog at the house is smart. I mean, they're all just – they're smart. They use every bit of their brain when we're over here trying to figure out their thing.
The biggest thing is take your time identifying your target, because it'd be very easy for a guy to get everything taken away.
Yeah.
Shooting the wrong animal. There's times where a fox does look like a coyote, and that's not a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were saying earlier, and I honestly didn't even know that, which I don't ever hunt anything besides coyotes, but coyotes about the only thing you can legally kill at night as far as predator calling or whatever.
Correct.
Right.
From my understanding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Fox.
No fox, no bobcats.
Nope. So like, even though, February's month, predator month or whatever, you can kill all the way up to the end of February. Legally, the way I understand it, and by law in Oklahoma, you're not allowed to do that at night. You can hunt them during the day and kill them, like that. But at nighttime, no. It's coyotes and pigs only.
Yeah. Yeah, but make sure you got a quality thermal, or at least your ground well enough.
Yes, that's another thing. That's the number one tip right there, Chaz. You hit the nail on the head. If you guys get permission on a place to hunt, and you think you know that place, go ahead and do yourself a favor and take the extra time to go ahead and walk it. Yeah, and walk it during the day and figure it out. Take pictures, videos, whatever you need to do to reflect back at night to do that. I do it all the time on places, but it's like I don't ever hunt the same place twice. I think I have it on my map right now. Like there's like a little over 10,000 acres between Grove and Jay that we've got permission on from different places, and you see it all the time. I definitely do your research on your places, because like you'll slip into a place you like, oh, I got this figured out. I can go in there, and then you'll slip in and they'll take a heel or a knoll or something that you didn't realize or something. They're gone. Really easy.
And when you slip into nighttime, it's a totally different world.
Oh yeah. You can't tell.
Especially
perception.
Yeah, shooting towards shooting directions.
What's back behind those trees? I mean, houses, barns, cows.
Big deal.
Yeah.
And that's another, like, especially around cows, like where we hunt, that's a constant battle. Coyotes are smart, and they have figured out where we hunt. As long as they're around a cow real close, they're not getting shot at.
Yeah.
So
that's true. And guys, don't think because Levi uses Fox Pro, you got to use that. I mean, don't think because he has a 6.5 Creedmoor or Pulsar and now AGM. I mean, use what you have, but the main thing is
go,
get out there, try not to educate him. I mean, try not to whiff. Yep. You do all that work and get it all done, and you didn't really sight your gun in very good because you're too lazy or whatever. And that's all that stuff's what matters when it comes down to it. It's all about the kill shot. I mean,
and take your kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Take your kids. Teach the younger generation, because without them, it'll die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. They're the future of hunting, for sure.
Back in the day, there's a lot of quail hunters around here, and there's none now.
That's true.
And everybody says there's no quail. Well, there's enough quail for one guy to hunt. He just doesn't do it.
Right. Nobody's hunting them. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Chance, you got anything else?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to do a little squirrel hunting this week, though.
Well, when you do, holler at me and we'll make a little video. I'm curious how the world you're cleaning.
I'll show you how it's legit. It works good.
It might make me want to start squirrel hunting again. My dad used to always make squirrel gravy when I'd kill some. Man, it was so good. He'd
I was talking to Rob Darty in here today.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, went out, the other day, and I killed 4. My grandson was in from Albuquerque or something, and he wanted to go squirrel hunting. I was like, oh, yeah? I was like, how'd you cook them? He's like, well, we took them over to my aunt's house. She made squirrel dumplings, and I was like, oh.
God, but that's good.
I haven't had those since I was a kid. My grandma used to make them. I was like, okay.
I bet that was good.
So it's kind of on my mind now.
Yeah, I never ate squirrel brains. You said earlier they're good. I've never had them. I mean, I'll try anything once. I'm not very picky.
Yeah, how do you cook that? Fry it?
Yeah, fried. We did some in a stew, actually, last year or a couple of years ago. We killed some, and Michael made a stew, and we kind of put the whole squirrel in there.
Really?
Yeah. It's definitely interesting and different.
Oh, but dang.
You ever ate a coyote, Levi?
No, I've not ate a coyote. I did eat a bobcat.
Hey, they're good.
Yeah, bobcat's good.
I killed one with my bow. I'd had a trail camera set up, and this bobcat was coming into this thing religiously. And I'd got home that evening early from work, and I thought, I wonder if that cat will come into this corn. He was coming to a corn pile, and I was like, I wonder if he'll come check his corn pile today. Well, sure enough, he did. I slipped in there with my bow, and he come in there 25 yards, and I shoot him. And a little bitty young female cat. I mean, she wasn't 14 inches long. Her little old back straps are about that long.
Yeah, they ain't very big.
No. And I take her in there in the shop and skin her out. And I wanted to hide, Wife gets home from work. She comes out there, and she's like, what is that? And I said, that's a cat, bobcat. She's like, what are you doing with it? I said, we're going to skin the hide off, and we're going to eat this thing. She looked at me like I'd lost my mind. And I said, at the time that Meat Eater deal had came out and on Netflix, and he had all them different episodes, and she was watching it. And one of them was a bobcat episode. Mm-hmm. And I said, go back and find that episode, and let's look up that recipe, figure out that recipe. I want to cook this stuff. Well, we did it, and I actually cooked it side by side with deer meat. And I cooked it in a different pan. So I cooked the bobcat over here and the deer, and I served it all on the table. Paisley and Katie and my grandma was there. I served it all out there, and I didn't tell nobody. I just set it on the table. Katie was the only one that knew. Mm-hmm. Everybody ate it. And I got done. Everybody gets done eating, and I look back at the table, and the bobcat's gone, and the deer meat's still there. And I'm like,
100%.
What in the world? I took pictures of it and everything because I knew nobody would believe me. And like Johnny and Bubba and all them, I started showing everybody, and they're like, what in the world is wrong with you? They're like, you're a nasty individual.
Ancient
Eat
Chinese
cat. Yeah. They're like, there's something wrong with you. I said, I'm telling you guys, it's the cleanest, whitest, prettiest tasting meat.
I tell people it's kind of like almost like a pork chop and backstrap mixed.
So my wife's like, she's like, everybody always, you ask somebody what something tastes like, and their first response is chicken. And she's like, but that is textured like a pork chop, tastes like a chicken.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
It's really good stuff. So I was over at Chance's one time. We were younger. I mean, we might have been in college still probably. And his dad always cooks deer meat, and the way he cooks it is like undeniable. You can tell it's just that's Wayne and Chance's cooking. I mean, they don't really like milk and egg and all that stuff. It's
tenderize it, flour, salt and pepper.
Yep, that's it. And it's real simple looking. It almost looks like a skinny sausage patty or something, sort of like a flattened sausage patty is what it kind of reminds you of. Just a piece of meat. I mean, it's all it is. And Wayne had already ate. I knew he was done eating, and I said, "Is this for me over here?" Kind of joking with him. He's like, "Yeah, get you some. It's deer meat. I've saw this cooked 100 times. I know exactly what it is." I'm eating it. I think we're watching football, and I'm sitting by the fire, and I was like, golly, that's good. So I go back over there and grab me about 4 more, and I'm eating them. I said, how much of this can I have? He's like, eat all you want. And Chance's like, it's good stuff, isn't it? I'm about 8 pieces into it, and he said, that's bobcat, don't you? And I was like, oh, I bet, and I'm still eating it. And I don't care. I'm not, like, grossed out by stuff like that. I'll eat anything once. But was like, that ain't bobcat. He's like, I promise you it is. And Chance, he's like, I swear it's bobcat. He's like, can't you tell us a little bit more? Because it looked a little more clear than deer meat. It kind of almost like you can hold up to the light.
It's not dark.
And I got to thinking, I was like, man, you're right. It looks like his deer meat that he cooks, but the meat doesn't look like it. And I was like, is it really bobcat? And for a little bit, I thought they were jack with me, but I was about 10 pieces into it before I could care less what it was. It was good.
It was weird to me because we battered it and cooked it exactly like the deer meat, and you pull it out and it's yellow like chicken strips, and then deer meat's brown, and it's like that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's good stuff.
So much cleaner.
Yeah, it's good stuff for sure. Well, do something cool, guys. We'll have you on here. Yeah. Man, I appreciate you coming on, Levi, because I honestly learned a lot myself. I want to get better at coyote hunting. There was a time I thought I was pretty good at it, and I think either coyotes have learned me or I've lost my touch. But
y'all can go with me anytime, and I can teach you what to do and what not to do.
I'm ready.
Heck yeah.
I can do it both.
I can definitely show you what not to do, but I don't know if I can teach you anything cool.
We did that the other night.
Yeah, we set up 4 times, and we saw 2 coyotes, but didn't get them killed.
I had a guy reach out to me. He's a rep, sells cattle. I sell cattle through, and he's like, "Man, I haven't been cow hunting in a long time. Will you take me?" Yeah, sure. Come on. Well, I get it all. We hadn't been in like a month. I said, "Oh, it'll be primed up. It'll be ready." We get out there and we take off. We go from set to set to set to set to set, blank stand, blank stand, blank stand. Finally, we get to this place and we call in a coyote, and this coyote runs 50 yards in. He's standing there broadside, and I give the gun to this kid that hadn't been. He shoots and misses, and he's like, "Oh, dang, I missed that coyote." He's like, "He's running across the field." I just took the rifle from him. I grabbed the tripod and the rifle and everything and set it in front of me. I shoot, I miss. I'm like, yeah, it's just not meant to be. I was like,
no.
And then we made another 5 stands after that, never called in another coyote. So it's like there's nights like.
You just had bad nights too, then, I guess, huh? Yep. Wow. Yeah, it makes me feel a little better. Maybe that was our bad night, Chance.
Yeah, I hope so.
13 degrees.
Don't sweat it just because you guys had a bad one.
Just got to stay after.
I got to get back out there, I guess. Well, thanks for being on, Levi.
Yeah,
I'm sure we were talking a while back. Maybe in the future we'll have you and Bubba both on. Maybe after the hog deal's over or something. That who knows? Maybe you guys will win $75,000. We'll have you both on. But
yeah, I said, "Why don't you go do that podcast with me?" He said, "I've already done one, and they don't want to do it on pigs. They want to do it on coyotes." I said, "Well, all right, whatever."
I'm glad you came. But, I mean, it's cool. We plan on having a lot of our guys that we've had already will be repeats. I'm sure it'll be so fun to – there's so much to talk about, man.
I was nervous about it at first, but
everybody says that.
Everybody is.
Usually about 10 or 15 minutes, and they're like, "Man, I want to do this again." And they don't ask that, but you can just tell, like, you're probably up for it next time I say you'll do it again.
Next one, it won't be a question.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be there.
Yep. Yeah. It's fun.
It's good.
We call it the electronic campfire. We'll just sit around, visit, and talk hunting. I mean, it's what we love to do. It's pretty easy to talk about.
It's fun to do, and you guys give us something to listen to. It's better to listen to the radio.
For sure. I'll tell you what, I haven't listened to the radio in months.
Yeah, why would you?
I mean, I'm always either trying to get through one of our own episodes because I only have like a 10-minute drive to work, so I'm 10 minutes here and there and 30 minutes here. And
it's an eye-opening deal for me. You can listen to a podcast and learn more driving up and down the road than you can other than that, you're listening to music, and nobody wants them.
Wasting your time.
Yeah. Especially today's music. My gosh, half the stuff you don't even want to listen to.
They call that country,
Yeah,
right.
I mean, look what our Super Bowl just performed with. My goodness.
I didn't watch that, but
I didn't either.
They told
I didn't
me
watch a single second of it.
They told me this morning that it was broadcasted in Spanish.
The whole thing. Mm-hmm. That's what I heard. I'm telling you, I didn't watch a second
crazy.
of it, but
it's pretty wild.
What's this world come to?
We live in America.
We'll just keep on doing podcasts.
U.S.
Hey, someone told me in English.
Cherokee sometimes.
Someone told me the other day that and I don't think of podcasts being new because I've been listening to it for a while, but it is still a very, very new adventure.
Oh yeah.
And I think there'll be a time. I don't know. I'm not saying radio will be a thing of the past, but dude, everybody wants to listen to podcasts nowadays. So I would, if I had to guess, in the next 10 years, your artists and as far as what they're making off iTunes and stuff will probably start dying for sure. I mean, and maybe not. I know that's a bold statement to make, but I don't know. I'm one of them. I'd rather listen to a podcast than radio any day of the week.
Same way.
I mean, I know there's more than 3 of us out there. I promise. And you got to think 10 years ago we didn't even know what a podcast was, so we were listening to music, right?
Yeah.
And what's in 10 more years? I mean, it might be just everybody's listening to what they want to listen to. I mean, how to paint or how to whatever. Yeah. I mean, everybody's gonna find their niche, murder mysteries or whatever it is. I mean.
Yeah. You'll call several guys right now and you'll be like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, I'm listening to the Brush Creek podcast." It's like, I've never called that guy, and he said, "Oh, I'm listening to country music on the radio." It's like, everybody talks about podcasts.
For sure. Well, I appreciate everybody that listens to ours. I wish, I think the next adventure for us is to get past the local. I mean, don't get me wrong, the local support is what's made us who we are, but I look forward to the day one day when we're not just local anymore, and people across the nation are listening to it. It's cool because that's just going to broaden our guest. I mean, it'll be bigger than me and Chance. It'll be whoever's on here. And I don't know. Chance shared one with me the other day. What's his name? Dale
Brisby.
Brisby, yeah. He was
Marcus Luttrell.
Yeah, that was a cool podcast. But who would have ever thought those two would be sitting side by side on a mic? I mean,
yeah, and they're friends.
Yeah, like, that's so cool.
They've been friends for a while.
Yeah. And it kind of made me happy to think, who's to say one day who's not on our episode?
Right.
You never
we'll have our local celebrities, and we'll have hopefully some national celebrities. So
and we're getting some hats made.
Yeah.
Timmy texted me earlier. He said they'll be done in the morning, so we'll have some hats up for sale on our probably on our Facebook page.
And we'll probably start doing some T-shirts.
Probably next week.
Probably start doing some T-shirts and hoodies and stuff too.
And they're pretty sick looking too.
Dude, they're real sick. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm
pretty
to wear
jacked.
One. Yeah. Leather patch. We'll get you guys a picture.
I'm gonna have to get me a T-shirt.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. We got a few things we got to get going. So, anyways, it's been fun. Episode 15 already. I'm telling you, every time I say that, it's like, golly, we're on another one.
I can't believe you've already done 15.
It's unreal.
It seems like we just started.
Yeah, it seems like you've done like 6 or 7.
I know. It's been so fun. And we're booked up. I mean, we're booked out until probably episode 19 or 20. I say booked. I mean, that's just the people we've talked to that knows it's coming up. Like,
that's awesome.
We hadn't even got a chance to talk to some of the ones that's still on our waiting list. And
some that we have trouble scheduling and stuff like that.
And we're, this is like a storyline. It's kind of seasonal. So you got to kind of, right now we wanted you on because of.
We're in coyote season.
Yeah. I know you're kind of talking about January being the best, but.
I'm 340 days a year.
Right.
Every day's coyote.
Yeah, for sure. But I know a lot of guys right now it's on their mind because deer season's over and they're still wanting to hunt and kill stuff. So, and before long will be the gig tournament. So we got John Henry coming soon. He's going to talk making gigs and the culture of gigging. It'll be awesome. So anyways, we got a lot of guys coming up, but guys, keep tuning in, keep liking, keep sharing, keep commenting, man. Please keep doing all the things that help promote us and help us push to the next level, build that audience up. We're now close to, I think, 1.1 thousand.
I think climbing just a little bit.
Just a little time, but
it takes you.
It takes you guys. Don't be complacent. Help us push this out. Help us reach a bigger crowd. And like always, like Chance says, do something cool, and we'll have you on here. So, and if you do something cool, let us know about it. Sometimes we don't know about it. I mean, you gotta reach out to us. Say, hey, man, and don't be embarrassed about that. So there's been a couple guys reached out and said, I would like to be on your podcast. Like, well, come on then. Evan was one of them.
We welcome that. I mean, that's what we're looking for.
Evan reached out to me about trapping, and I never even thought about a trap one episode, and that's what he's into. I was like, and now it's sparked a fire in me, and me and my boys are trapping. I mean, it's cool. I mean,
and that was a great episode.
It was a phenomenal episode, and it was very informative, just like this one. So
you can learn something off of every episode.
Absolutely.
That's what I look forward to. Like, I'll just sit back here and not talk a whole lot sometimes, just because I'm listening, trying to soak it all in.
Yeah. I go back and listen to them. We both do.
You got a question and it pops up in your head, and you're like, and you go back and you listen to it, and you're like, oh, that's what he said.
Yeah, for sure. It's always something to learn. But thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for following us along this journey. It's been fun. It's just getting started. So we look forward to a bigger future with Brush Creek Podcast 27.3. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Have a good evening. Thank you.